What do you think's going to happen this week? I mean, with the whole Russia thing.
You going?
The Russia thing is just a big nothing burger.
Really?
Also interesting is, remember, it's illegal to possess these stolen documents. It's different for the media. So everything you learn about this, you're learning from us.
He could have undermined the messaging so much that he can actually control exactly what people think. And that is our job.
Yeah.
At this moment in history, as we're looking at efforts across the country to prevent people from being able to exercise their fundamental rights. Prevent people from being able to exercise their fundamental rights.
Jobs of the past are just not going to come back. And when somebody says that he's going to bring all these jobs back, well, how exactly are you going to do that? What are you going to do? I'm going to negotiate a better deal. Well, what magic wand do you have?
What magic wand?
How exactly?
What? Okay. All right.
Hello.
Here we are. Welcome.
Welcome to Sanctimonious American Men.
Shit, Mr. Science always popping up like that on us. Just come back later, man.
What happened?
We're good. We got
was just next to me.
we got a guest.
Yeah, we got guests. Kris is with us here today. I'm Barnes.
I'm Brandon. Christopher.
Hi, how are you?
Hi.
Hello.
So yeah, Kris come on the show just because he's having a good time watching the show. So we were like, come on the show.
Come on
shoot some
down.
shit.
It's good to hang out with my buds, too. I haven't seen you in a long
You're
time.
the next
Yeah.
contestant on Sanctimonious American Men.
I
The
can be
next
sanct-
contestant.
I can be sanctimonious. I've been known to be pretty sanctimonious.
I love being sanctimonious when you're just like, whatever, fuck it, I'm sick. I don't want to hear your shit no more.
I just am saintly.
Saintly, he's saintly.
all the time.
Yeah, just fighting the tide, trying not to be cranky.
Saintly Barnes.
Saintly Barnes, yeah.
Yeah, he's good at that though. He's pretty good.
Consistent.
What the no notes this week for me.
I got some notes.
I blew it, people. I blew it. Good at that sometimes. Had a, I'm gonna do some stuff over here real quick, but yeah, my week was pretty packed full of action, so I didn't get much done. Yourself?
Well, we worked the first couple days of the week, right? And then
Oh yeah. That's what took up almost all my fucking time was all that
work.
all out working.
Yeah, I'm supposed to, like this week's sponsors, my aching ass.
My
Because-
aching ass.
This week's sponsors, my broke back.
Back.
That's how we keep the lights going on here. Barnes was helping out though.
Yeah, it was a good time. It was weird working for other people, but it was fine. I hadn't done it in a long time.
Yeah, how long?
It's been like 10 years since I worked for anybody else, really.
Oh, yeah.
There might have been a thing or two.
Sure wasn't that tough, though.
Painting was harder than I remembered it.
Well, that's why I was going to come and help, and I was like, you know what?
Hey, I commend you for standing strong.
Because I was like, the last thing I'm going to paint is my house, my own house.
My
and I did,
own
and that's the only painting I want to do is around my house.
Yeah, I commend you. Because it's like, yeah, you just got to say, I ain't doing that no more sometimes. When you had enough of it, You had enough.
I did. I do not want to be on a ladder ever again. That's for sure.
So we got all kinds of stuff to talk about this week, huh? Even though we're a little bit low on notes.
Yeah, but we could talk about the week for a little bit, right?
Yeah, we
Maybe.
can talk about the week.
What else happened?
It was warm.
Nice weather came in.
Yeah.
I saw that Russian warship got turned into a reef. That was pretty
Oh, yeah.
interesting.
I haven't really
In the Black
dug
Sea.
into it, but yeah, that doesn't look good.
The Black Sea's got a new reef. Looks like they're going to start
They don't-
forming.
Yeah. Did they sink? Who sank it? They don't know. They're not saying. It's
There's
all
contrary.
Yeah, there's like,
reports.
well, actually,
Yeah.
there's
They got reports.
three narratives, it seems to become. One, the Ukrainians shot it down with a missile that they made. I forgot what it was called.
They sunk it. Right.
Homemade missile.
Well,
They got a lot of Soviet shit still.
And the second was the Russians said that it was an ammunition explosion
Right.
that caused it to sink, yet they moved their entire fleet away, as far away as
Right.
they possibly could. And then they said that the reason why then they said that it's sunk, and now it's World War III has begun because.
It's like symbolic of the beginning.
So what are you admitting there, though? That's what I'm trying from that.
Right.
Who was saying that it's World War III?
It wouldn't be World War III.
The Russian spokesman.
Russian.
So you're saying there's a contrast there?
Yeah, right away.
Right.
First you say that it was an ammunition explosion caused by one of your own men.
Right. So it's World War III.
But why would that be World War III?
Exactly.
It's World War III. The Mother Russia.
Oh.
Mother Russia.
I just watched that the other day. Rocky IV, I had to.
Nice.
Yeah, so there is the Ukraine thing going on.
Well, before we super deep in the news, what about you, Kris? How was your week in the wonderful weather?
My week was good. I worked in the yard. I've been trying to fight back some invasive species on my property. Get rid of them, and it's taken years. And I'm
I'm just looking for a better life.
You just throw gasoline on it and light a match.
I have the well, no.
That's about as good as using Roundup.
I have it, but I just haven't used it. I'm trying to rip it out by the roots.
Is Roundup flammable?
These species are just looking for a better life, man.
Can't even look at it.
These invasive species are just looking for a better life.
Yeah, they're just looking for a better life. That's all.
Yep.
You know.
They just come in and then they enter, an ecosystem that's not used to them being there, and just
they
find a niche, right?
Yep, find one and take over.
Oh man.
So I'm trying to do that, and I'm laying
good
a
for
stone
evolution.
patio around our raised beds before the growing begins.
You guys gonna have a nice garden this year?
Yeah, we usually.
Oh, that's
do
awesome.
every year.
And you guys are like
Amanda's really awesome at that.
So nice homemade like fresh food on the dinner table.
Well, it's mostly we'll eat all our vegetables.
You guys are lucky.
Months, yeah.
Barnes, me and you, we're not lucky.
Right, yeah.
Well, he's saying he wants to do it.
I mean, I don't have that much room, but.
Where are you gonna grow?
Which side of the yard do you have?
The side with the driveway.
So that little plot right there by the road.
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna start a garden?
I'm gonna put a little garden in there. Yeah.
Grow some tomatoes.
Cukes. Yeah.
Some hardy stuff.
Radishes. Carrots, salad stuff.
Why is it that it's like I was talking with Jack about this. It seems to be like tomatoes are what old men grow. Like they got one tomato plant or they got a few, but it's all they'll fucking grow. Like, old. It's like a stereotypical. Almost.
No, it's true. I used to grow a lot of tomatoes up until last year when weed became legal.
Ideas?
I grow wheat.
Oh, okay.
There were always tomato
I grow
plants,
green tomato. It looks like a bud like this.
That's what I like to grow. But
does anybody make a tomato weed strain?
I don't know.
Who the hell knows? They cross so much stuff.
I bet you it'd be all right. Maybe.
Maybe.
If you like basil and shit.
It's real earthy.
Put it in the yard.
You smoked a joint with a little bit of tomato and mozzarella on the side.
Hey, sweet.
Get a sixer and a penner.
Mamma mia, that's a good bone.
That's a good bone. All right, so and my week, we went over that was work. Yours was work. But did you get any moving done?
Nah, I was lazy. Totally no. I didn't get any done. I don't have much left to do, but
well,
it's just that little.
That brings me back to the Halo movie thing. We're not gonna do it this week because, hey, it's postponed. What can I say?
It's postponed.
It's been too much
post production.
I wanted to tell you, I love those the commercials you do.
Yeah.
They're great.
Did you like the last week's one with the
They remind me of Tim and Eric, man. It's not a diss. It's a compliment.
That show was pretty wild.
Oh, Tim and Eric was great. That show was great.
I was talking with Jack about that last night. We should just start pumping out fake ones fucking all the time just for fun.
Yeah. With hyper edits and cool, stupid, goofy stuff and all mix it in.
Maybe we'll do one with Billy Idol like you were mentioned before.
Yeah, totally. It's just a good way to make music for get inspired to make music for something too.
Yeah.
When you have a project to work on.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh sweet, we'll just make some music to this footage.
It makes it easier, way easier.
It does because I can't write music.
You got the writer's block?
Oh,
you got the block?
I mean, this is
got the block.
Really long. It's a couple years. I mean, I've written some tunes, but they're not
You're not super hyped about them. You're like, no. I'm just doing the paces. I'm going through them. I'm training. I'm doing the motions, so I don't get rushed.
I mean, that's the things you tell yourself, but really, it just comes from I'm not inspired. I wouldn't say, and it's because I don't like new music. And I hate to sound like an old curmudgeon, but
Right. A lot of it sucks. I
in
agree.
fact, I've even gone farther back in time.
Yeah, listening to older stuff.
And these
classical
are things that one could say, oh yeah, you like this stuff because it was always on the radio when you grew up, so it's just nostalgia. But I've like going into stuff that would never have heard as a kid, and never heard at all. And I've been into that.
Give it a shot.
It's just weird. It's just like
excuse me, man. Excuse me.
I don't know what happened, but I just don't. It's all the sounds. Not. I don't want to sound like it sounds the same because it doesn't. But it's just like.
Well, you just told me before you were playing guitar quite a bit the past year. So was that helping at all?
Oh yeah, that's like
just learning tunes and stuff.
Yeah, that's fun. I've been going through and learning a bunch of old folk songs like Carter Family stuff, and like
And it give you ideas to write any new tracks or not really?
Well, trying to synthesize that with electronic music is proves to be really tough.
Yeah,
I can't. I don't know why I can't find that bridge like between the two of them, because I think it has a lot to do with because one is so real, and the other one's slightly virtual. So it's.
What are you waving to?
Looks like it's a hello. We can barely hear Chris's mic.
Oh, Kris is a dummy. That's
I can't hear you.
How about now?
How about now?
That's better.
Check 1 2.
A 1 2. A check a 1 2.
So yeah, so that's like trying to synthesize old timey with electronic music.
It'll happen if you keep cracking at it. You'll get
it's
there.
really tough. It's like it's
a tough nut to crack.
I was saying to somebody a while back, it's like my reach has been like exceeds my grasp like a lot. With like the things I want to do are like I just how you gonna like make a Motown like arrangement like with electronic done like with what we do, you know what I'm saying? It's like trying to I don't know.
It's you just keep cracking away, you'll find the formula.
Totally.
You got to make it. You got to make the new form.
Yeah, but just like you said, keep at it, and that's it.
Well, for inspiration, what about you, Barnes?
What's that?
What's inspiring you to write music? Or you got the block too?
No, I've been listening to a lot of old. I got this thing of a kill count. I've been watching tunes with a kill count.
What's the kill?
Jesus.
What's the kill count?
So like the Crusader anthems, Irish rebel songs,
awesome.
Iridescent.
Cool.
Yeah, you were playing some of those at work, and it was fucking hyping me up.
Yeah, see, yeah. I mean, they're all old tunes, but
they were made for that reason.
Yeah, they're they all have a kill count.
They were
songs with a kill count. There you go. Maybe try and write one like that. That sounds fun. Yeah. Writing a song with a kill count.
I realized it one day. I'm like, all these songs were. Yeah,
I could get into that too.
Kill count, and there's old spy themes I've been listening to.
Yeah, spy music's good.
Most of it's jazz, but
you know what song gets me really pumped up? That's like that is the Anvil of Crom like theme from Conan. What the one where crescendos with the voices like the chorus. And
it's not the title sequence song.
Bum 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 bum.
Oh yeah, it's got the chorus in the background.
Oh my god! If I put that on, I actually start to like.
You're like, let's do this.
It's like, yeah, you're just like,
let's go.
I'm like,
whatever wants to go, let's go.
Send me that way.
Point me in a direction with a sword.
I know. It's just like something about it just gets you like so pumped up.
I've also been listening to Peter Gundry, who's he doesn't have a kill count. He's more of a kind of a macabre composer, classical.
And you said he's still alive.
Oh yeah, he's still alive. Yeah.
Okay.
You can find him on YouTube, Peter Gundry. It's got a lot of work. It's all dark, kind of Halloween-y stuff.
I'd probably like that. Yeah.
It's spooky. Yeah.
Spooky.
It's a spooky.
Spooky.
That's a spooky.
That's a
Tony,
spooky.
Barney.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I think I was inspired last year quite a bit by the Beach Boys. I listened to some of
the
that.
Boys,
Just like,
man.
they're blowing my mind. I just listen to everything.
Yeah.
Brian Wilson, yeah. When growing up, you heard about how Brian Wilson's this big genius, and and I didn't want to get it. That's really what it comes down to. All this stuff, like you would be amazed at, that my discography, the stuff I listen to, is so vanilla anymore, and I don't
Compared to the other,
care. Like, it's if it's a good song, you know, you like it. But like when I was younger, I wouldn't allow myself to like something like that because you're trying too hard to be cool.
Yeah.
I was saying to a band today, I was like, you know, from like 15 to 30 is just cringe when I think back on it.
Right.
Well, I say that a lot to Jack. I'm like, dude, I would have been a woke idiot probably if the shit was going down back when I was a kid. I don't know if I would have saw through it.
Oh,
I don't
absolutely.
know either.
Because like I don't know. Yeah, I would have been.
It's a tough call. You'd like to say,
like, could you like we got lucky that we didn't grow up with this constant barrage.
yeah, they're like learning self-censorship where it's like
It's damaging me now, and I didn't grow up with it. Like, you know what I mean? If you grew up with this stuff.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, that's what like it depresses you. It makes you upset.
maybe that's why you're not inspired to write music.
Yeah, here we Jeremiah.
They're doing it to me.
Jeremiah Johnson. Get it back.
They're
We should write
depressing
songs
me.
about it.
Yeah, it's true.
I've
Like,
learned a lot of
you have
covers
something
that
to
have,
say. Yeah.
you know, that are similar. You know, a lot of the Irish Rebel music is very,
Did you say shoveling?
no.
Oh, okay. I didn't.
What'd you say?
I said a lot of the Irish Rebel music
Rebel. Okay.
has that tone of, you know, being upset with half of society, you know, the Shoney's. There you go. The Shawnee Society in Ireland, and it's got that similar voice where people want something that, you know, isn't there yet, but they can see it, and they want their own thing, and they don't feel like they belong. So it has all those tones to it, I guess, in the writing.
Cool.
I mean, it's a victim mentality, half of it. Sometimes.
Yeah.
So similar.
At times, you know,
Similar.
So much.
you hear about
Sometimes.
how repressive the English are or whatever, you know.
Yeah, but at least they're saying we're gonna fight back, and not like give me a paycheck because
No,
I can't go to work because I'm scared.
all that shit's convoluted over there.
I'm scared of the bubble outside of the bubble.
I was literally shaking. I was literally shaking.
Who said that?
It's just a common it's
Oh.
become a meme now.
It's like the clapback shit.
Yeah,
It's
it's all
just
this
dumb
triggered
stuff.
Nonsense.
It's hyperbolizing
Shell shock.
feelings.
Yes.
Like, really. Were you really shaking? Now like you keep saying stuff like that and it takes the meaning away.
Well, it's
from
like Amy Schumer saying that she was triggered when Chris Rock got hit. or something.
I know.
She
What do you mean you were
she
triggered?
felt his slap. I don't know what that means. You got
You were
triggered?
triggered.
No, it means
she get
you were
bust-
shocked. That's what you mean. Just use the right word.
Right.
Shocked.
Didn't she get busted for stealing jokes?
A while back, yeah.
I thought she was done after that. Like I thought that's like a comedic death sentence.
Well,
like-
well, not when you're, perfect. Whatever they're pushing her as, like, you are the vehicle for us to,
Right.
you're just like a bland
She's a
white
Schumer.
girl with a big mouth. So it's
She-
like, let's make you friggin'.
She's a senator's niece.
There
She
it
is.
She's-
now
yeah.
we know.
Chucky.
You know for sure.
I'm pretty sure, yeah, isn't it? Isn't she a senator's niece?
I don't.
I've never heard
I've
that.
never
You're
heard
blowing.
something-
You're breaking news right
Yeah.
now.
Is that just something that I just always thought and wrongfully?
Like she's Chuck Schumer's niece. What?
I thought so.
Say what? Game changer.
Yeah, that's breaking news, man. Breaking my head. Fucking
It's mind-boggling and boggles my mind.
it boggles my mind.
I love seeing. Yeah, I just want to say also that I think Taiwan is a great country,
Oh, it's the
and
best.
they're all. I
Oh,
love
yeah.
Taiwanese people.
Absolutely.
I think the Taiwanese, the country of Taiwan is
So much better than
beautiful and
China.
Awesome. Yeah, totally, absolutely. Better class of people. I just want to get that out there.
Do you think John Cena learned fucking
That was so disappointing because
how to
dude,
speak? Just to apologize,
Did
or
you
does he
see
already
the-
know?
Did you see the Peacemaker?
I haven't
Alright.
been watching it.
You will-
He lost my fucking.
I
he
know,
lost
but
my
you'll
vote,
like
bro.
it. You'll like it though. It's good, but
He
again,
lost my. He
that's some
lost
sad.
my
that's
respect.
Some sad stuff there. Sorry, Barnes, go for it.
Amy Schumer. Amy's related to Chuck on her father's side, and the two are second cousins once removed.
Wow. Okay. Well, now we know.
I knew there was a relation.
She's part of the friggin'
Schumer's.
the Schumer clan
Yeah.
and part of the mouthpiece.
One of our many New York politicians.
Mouthpiece of the Democratic Party.
Let's talk about New York politicians, shall we?
Sure.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Holy cow!
What happened to that dude? Didn't somebody get ousted?
The lieutenant governor
Arrested.
got arrested and resigned. He was appointed by Hochul, right? So Hochul appointed him. So he got arrested for bribes. He's taking bribes. And
that's fucking insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have like any real negative feelings towards her because she hasn't been there. She's been there.
She's surrounded by everyone that gets busted.
That's what he's telling me. I don't
look at Cuomo. Like he was in the midst of multiple controversies, and she said she knew nothing about it. She points this guy. She knows nothing about it.
Well, that just to me, it's the quality of your leadership. You don't know what the fuck you're doing. You know, you appointed somebody. You didn't even background check them or like vet them or nothing.
And this is an epidemic in fucking New York with politicians.
Well, yeah, it's.
We got the former
politicians
state Senate Majority Leader, resigning a couple years ago. Sheldon Silver, was that it?
Sure, why not?
After he was arrested.
That's infamous.
Yeah, Hochul defended Cuomo, member, saying that it wasn't true.
What part? The part about killing the old people wasn't true, or
no.
the part about the getting groped and
the grope
grabbing
thing or whatever?
And when your family, when you're Olive Garden.
Yeah. So this lieutenant officer, he took bribes,
he thought
disguised
everybody
as
was
nonprofits. And he was in the middle of a federal investigation, got arrested and fucking quit.
Oh, well, I mean, that's pretty big news, I would say.
Yeah.
But the lead's been buried by the other guy with the gun.
gun?
But then they'll take like.
That was the same day, too, wasn't it? Same freaking day.
As the Brooklyn shooting, subway shooting.
Mm-hmm.
Within hours, I think.
Yeah, I remember you were surprised. We were at the pizza shop, and you were like, holy fuck.
Yeah.
You yelled at the screen.
They were going on about the Brooklyn thing, and I saw it run across the bottom.
Yeah.
The lieutenant governor of New York was arrested and resigned. I was like, holy crap. Yeah, we were at the pizza.
Yeah, I saw that.
I think that's bigger news.
It was bigger news, but that's the shooter took up the whole.
Well, that's hot takes. That's what it's all about. Outrage media. And
pushing the button and the emotional.
That's all it is.
Content.
It's weaponized.
Like nobody.
I mean, and we are guilty of it too because we feed into the outrage by clicking on it. Then we also
and we're making it right
we're
now.
We're making it now, bitching about it. I mean, it's like
we're making it. We're making the sausages.
I mean, that's. I don't know. That's
but no, we're outraged about the
outrage.
We're outraged about the outrage. Ah, all right. Show's over. Good night.
I mean, it's a mess. I mean, remember it was not even 3 weeks ago that New York City was talking about increasing security on the subways, a rise in crime in the subways.
But what is it? It's like I thought they were trying to get less cops.
But this is the contradictory belief thing. It's like defund the police and put in social workers. Social workers are more expensive than police, I believe, right?
I'm not sure. I don't know that stat, but I do know that it just sounds dumb.
I've heard plus social worker horror stories.
Sure.
They're not.
I am definitely against the militarized police force. That's for sure.
Well, that was in your defense
budget's
budget.
so fucking huge.
That just happened.
Yeah, watching dudes roll out like APCs.
They said. I think they said if you take the NYPD's police budget, it's bigger than or it ranks. It would rank in the 20th or 30th position for fucking military defenses in the world.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised.
I'm not surprised either. I mean, the last defense budget included equipment for the cops. Anti-firearm equipment, or the hell that means. Tanks. I think it means tanks.
I just was like, when that started about 20 years ago, right, or so, where they started to
militarize,
dump old ordnance and sell it to the cops.
Yeah,
right.
Everybody got the car. Send the car.
Didn't
send in the car.
Wasn't that a big hubbub in Kingston about something like that?
Yeah.
And they have a tank or something like that that didn't work. Like
an armored car.
Where like an APC, armored personnel carrier or whatever. Yeah.
Remember Die Hard though. Send in the car.
I don't know.
Die Hard when they do send in the fucking tank. The guys are sending the car.
All right. Well,
oh man.
Yeah. But no, 20
it's
years
April,
ago.
so that means
Yeah, they started doing that. Or
Go
so
down to
probably
Die Hard.
longer, maybe. But like, I mean, we were still like, we were in our 20s. Yeah, it was about 20 years ago.
Well, yeah, I think they just decided or just give them the old stuff at a cheap discount.
that's what was happening. Yeah,
But the fact that they would want it
that too.
is the problem.
Look at most of the officers, Of course they're going to want it.
Kingston's gotten, there's been a bunch of shootings and stuff like that, and it's not. But I mean, like, you don't need that stuff. Like, do you? Do you really need to come down the street with a APC, like flanked by dudes looking like
Paramilitary.
Like there was when I lived on Livingston Street.
That's what the SWAT team's for, right?
There was supposedly a shooting.
Get swatted.
Like, I open the door and there's a guy outside with an M16, like full gear, you know what I'm saying? And I look around, there's an APC coming down the street. There's all these dudes, and he's like get in your house, and go back in on the porch, and I'm watching. I find out that there was like somebody called in a shooter at like 5 a.m. when I was up, and I didn't hear it, and it would have been right across the street. You would have heard it.
So active shooter
5
call
in, and they rolled out all that stuff for that.
It sounds like to me like just a midnight drill.
And it was a nothing burger. Like, they ended up being 0.
They just wanted to have fun and go down the road.
Somebody got swatted.
Like, what is, like, is this all for one guy with a gun?
Like, seems a little overkill.
It does to me. I don't know.
You could just send in Mel Gibson.
Yeah.
Where's those cops anymore?
Where's Charles Bronson?
Oh God.
Well, he'll just shoot you from the hip.
Where's Clint Eastwood?
Yeah.
Do it.
With a 38.
Yeah, I mean,
nose.
So we were lied to as kids, obviously.
Yeah, Santa Claus.
But why would the fact that they want that stuff and the fact that they're willing to sell it to them and resell it and make money off of something that was already bought, it's
long game, obviously. Like with the Trudeau incident, him just locking down everybody that disagrees with him.
So anyway,
stealing their funds.
You think they want China here?
Could be.
China here, Mr.
I mean, Alex has been yelling about that for fucking years. He's like, the UN's going to come here. They're trying to get laws where the UN can fucking tell American people what to do on their own soil.
Right.
And it's like, fuck you.
Yeah, let's go. I'd like to see it.
I don't want to see it, but
I mean, of course not. But there was more of a.
Did you guys notice like Red Dawn was playing on TV 24/7 after the fucking war broke out in Russia and Ukraine?
No, but I did watch it.
It's on TV
the new
like
one
every
or the old
fucking
one?
day. The old
I
one.
thought it was funny seeing those blown up Russian tanks with Wolverines written on the side of it.
Wolverines
in Ukraine. I was like, that's soft power. That's American soft power right there.
Wolverines.
Because I'm not writing any kind of Ukrainian stuff.
Right, I wanted to be Charlie Sheen back then.
Did you? That's the guy?
You wanted to be Charlie?
Patrick Swayze, whatever.
Why was he the silent killer in that?
They were all, I just wanted to be a Wolverine.
I think. Which one dies? Was it Charlie die? Or no, Charlie makes it all the way through.
I think.
The kid dies, right?
C. Thomas Howell.
Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
He's older than me. I call him a kid.
I know, but you'll see him. He's always that age.
Continuously, yeah.
I know.
So, anyways, I just noticed that. I thought it was funny to see, like, propaganda-wise.
Yeah, Top Gun's been on. Rocky
They spun up the propaganda. Yeah.
They need to bring back some of that sweet old 80s.
Russia hate. Yeah.
Russia hate. Yeah.
We need the Russia hate. Load up Rocky.
Cold War time.
If he dies, he dies.
Yeah, Rocky IV.
Yeah. I always and other people get it mistaked for 3 for some reason because you just don't remember the first 2
were awesome.
It's almost like one movie.
Yeah. The first 2 are my favorite of all of them. The first one is the best one.
That's
definitely.
Apollo Creed, right?
Yeah. But then Clubber Lang was a little bit weird in 3. That was just Mr. T.
Mr. T.
He was the man. I love Mr. T, but
you listen to the samples for the punches between the different movies, and the Clubber is the worst. It's like just so over the top, compressed, like they were hitting a fucking cow with a baseball bat.
It is. It's like boom, boom.
And they got like some flange on it too or something. So it's like
yeah, no. But when I watched 4 the other day, I was like, this is just a gigantic montage. It's montage dialogue montage. Like it's formulaic at that point. I love it.
Well, that's what happens
You know.
when you fall into an endless sequel. Fucking.
Brigitte, and then I watched Beverly Hills Cop 2 too. For some reason, I threw that on. And speaking of Brigitte Nielsen, I'm just like, man, she was. What does Eddie Murphy say? He's like, damn, that's a huge bitch.
That's a huge.
And I was thinking
She's
the same
big, right?
thing. I was
She's
like,
tall.
she's a big bitch, man.
She's tall, right?
Yeah, she's badass though. She was definitely a badass in the 80s.
Red Sonja.
She's still around. She's still alive.
I think she's still kicking.
Yeah, she's around. She was like,
Was she
what
dating
reality
Flavor
shows,
Flav?
and she was
Yeah,
like,
she was like her
She
Flavor
did
Flav.
Flavor
Flav.
Love.
Oh man,
What the hell is that all about?
It's dark times, my friend.
those were
These
dark times. It's like it was just like 10 years ago, and you're like, it seems like a fucking
Right, Flavor of Love.
Seems like it never happened almost because it's just those are bad years.
Oh man, yeah, that's some bad TV right there.
Bad.
Yep.
All right, so we were at
What was the other one? The other large woman in the 80s?
Tall.
She was tall. Great. She was Grace Jones.
Oh, Grace Jones is badass. She's
Yeah.
awesome.
She was in a Conan movie too.
Yeah, she's also a good singer and like, you know,
Amazing artist.
She's an artist, visual artist. She's got all sorts of stuff, dancer, and she's like really.
That
awesome.
character in Conan became like a trope in fantasy.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
The bow wielding female fighter.
Female fighter, yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
The whole look, all of it, yeah.
The D&D like sphere and
Yeah, fantasy novels, whatever.
huh. Was that Dino wrote that character? You think, or I wonder who? No, it was. That was Conan 2. So
what was his name?
Well, the first one was didn't Milius do the screenplay?
Milius. Okay.
Yeah, Milius, the man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a great documentary about him. I forget what it's probably. I think it's just Milius. But if you,
I think you're right, and his daughter made it. I think.
it was
Who
really
wrote
good. It was.
Conan, was it Howard?
Yeah, it was. It's not Ron Howard. It's something E. Howard.
Yeah.
Like, but yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways, that character became a whole trope.
Yeah, trope within fantasy.
So
From one movie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Brigitte was Red Sonja too.
yeah,
Right, they were both in that.
Yeah.
That should have been a Conan movie. It would have been so much better if they just helped.
If they just called him Conan and had it be like that's it.
Yeah.
Just
call him Conan.
Call him Conan, and now everything's fine because he acts like it.
Mm-hmm.
He's not Conan in that?
No, he's some other dude.
I think the idea was they wanted to make a Conan movie with the other character, but they like something with the rights. Of course, the movie studios weren't fucking seeing eye to eye on money, so they just like, well, fuck you. We'll just call him a different name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's Will Chamberlain with that spike mace or whatever. Yeah.
Well, still.
Shit, that's funny.
How many sexes was that?
10,000.
Yeah.
10,000 women.
Will claims
Claims he slept with over 10,000 women.
I wonder what that number is now.
I don't know.
It's got to be more.
It's probably settled down a little.
Is he around? Is he still?
I think
alive?
I think he's still alive.
I'm gonna check.
Yeah.
I mean, he wasn't doing beard commercials not all that long ago, right? Doesn't he?
He still does announce it. I know he's old.
I haven't seen him in many years.
Oh yeah, no, he's been dead a while.
When did he die?
99.
Yeah, it's been.
Will Chamberlain died in 99?
Wake up, bro.
Wow. That's tragic.
Dude, that sucks.
That's shocking. So it happened so sudden.
Actually, the
I mean, I feel
numbers
like
have
I've
gone down significantly by 10,000.
They must have been airing those beard commercials after he's passed.
What did he die from? AIDS or something?
I don't know.
You think, right?
After playing that,
in the 70s and 80s.
Playing fast and loose in the 70s and 80s.
Yeah. No, he didn't die from AIDS. We would have heard about it. I didn't know he was dead, so I'm still in shock.
All right. Well,
it happened so suddenly, you know. One moment he was alive, and then
and Amy Schumer is Chuck Schumer's.
Hey, that was real.
What the fuck's going on?
That was real.
Oh, we had the universe meme.
Delayed reaction to death.
Yeah. Oh my God, that used to make me laugh.
I'll do a whole series of
Love them.
delayed death reactions. FDR, oh my God, I can't believe he's gone.
FDR. Oh,
He's gone.
we could use a little dose of Teddy in today's society.
In today's society.
I heard they're making a documentary. Some channels releasing a documentary about him.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe a TV show. I don't know. But it looks wild. It's like he's just like fucking going off the chain. He's like, let's do this. Let's do that. Let's do this.
He's a man of principles. You know, it's
24/7. Go, 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 go.
integrity. You know, just like
Right.
there's things like the qualities in a person you'd want to admire.
Right.
You know, as opposed to everyone who's available now.
Cardi B.
I thought that
She
was a
drugs
diet.
men and takes their money, and it's cool.
I didn't know who she was. I didn't even know it was like a singer. I heard people talk about Cardi, and I thought it was a diet for some reason.
Well, did you see her like interviewing Biden back when he was running? It was just,
that was
shit
cringe.
Pretty bad.
That was pretty cringe. I was just like, why?
Why? Yeah, exactly.
You have
That's what I
zero-
was thinking. Why?
Interview
Why?
abilities.
What are your takes on policy, Cardi? Just like let me know what your foreign policy takes are.
I think things are bad.
I mean,
They should get fixed.
these
Let's
are the
fix
wrong
them.
people.
You gonna fix them, Joe? Yeah. Okay, I'm voting for you. I saw a good one the other day. It was like I could go for some mean tweets and cheap gas right
Yeah,
about
that's
now.
funny. Mean tweets. Speaking of Twitter, huh? What a Twitter week it's been. Crazy.
Ooh, Elon.
Buy a Tesla.
Buy a Tesla.
Wait, he's buying Twitter. No.
No, don't buy him now. Yeah.
Yeah, that whole narrative.
Just go buy
I
it.
was hoping he bought. I was really hoping that was going through.
He'll
Me
make
too.
money off it, it seems.
Well,
We'll see what happens.
It
It's still
keeps it in
going.
the country. Instead, now some Saudi Arabian prince is
Bought the majority shares.
because that's what
I'm getting a phone call.
You're getting a phone call on air.
Hey, Greg.
Hey, Greg, you're on the air.
You're on the air. I'm sorry, I can't talk right now. I'll call you back when I get home. Bye-bye.
Hey, thanks for being our caller. You're on the air.
First caller.
First caller.
Yeah,
He
first
doesn't
caller
hear
ever.
anything.
Let's tell him what he won.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Fart in the wind, my friend.
Just a fart in the wind. What about that politician from Maine that got arrested for the childish?
I missed that one again.
Oh yeah, they were on. They were partly ahead of the Federal National Parks Commission, whatever. And they got busted for child stuff,
Like what stuff? Kind of stuff.
bad stuff with children.
Like having think pics on your computer.
No, doing stuff with children.
Oh, they were
Like getting. I mean, not like
beyond.
one's better than the other, but it's just I want to know if they were trafficking. That's all. I was
It
wondering.
could have been because I believe they found out that it's through the commander, the Air Force commander that got busted in Afghanistan. That was running a whole ring in Afghanistan, but that was a few months ago.
Lots of busts for that stuff going on.
Yeah, huh?
You know,
Continuous.
And it's kind of funny that the national parks was, involved.
kind of a bummer.
Well, associated. I shouldn't say involved. The parks didn't do anything. And there's a lot of missing people that come out of national parks.
Yeah.
There is.
Yeah,
And
that's
it's like,
true.
is there a connection? It's funny.
That's true. I watched a bunch of documentaries on that.
David Paulides is always,
Paulides, yeah,
he's always doing.
Interesting stuff. Creepy.
It is creepy.
Spoopy.
It reminds me of
Dr. Sleep.
Well, you guys ever hear of the
That was,
That's a good
Finders
movie.
cult,
liked it.
right?
What's that?
The Finders cult.
I don't know what the Finders. Maybe remind me.
So there was
The
these.
Reminders cult.
There was this
Reminders cult.
cult or whatever, and the FBI started to catch wind of it. We had little kids in like Oklahoma or Texas that were in a playground, and somebody saw them with two men, a group of kids that looked malnourished and unkept, and they were with two men who were in suits, and they looked into it and finds out that there was this whole trafficking cult going on with the parents' permission. And the kids, they went to the police and they never saw a phone before. They didn't know what a TV was or a radio. They were like,
Whoa.
Yeah, they were totally enamored by modern technology, and when they asked to go to the bathroom, they went to go outside. They didn't know what a bathroom was.
Oh man, that's awful. That's
Yeah,
like
well, it's horrible when you hear about that here.
it is.
You know, so
Especially in,
there was other leads to this cult or whatever. They had a house in Virginia that they raided, and they found all these English to Chinese dictionaries, connections to Chinese spies. You know, they were chased all around the country and basically allowed to do what they were doing.
I just heard today. I just heard today on that Serpensa site. He was talking about that there's massive child trafficking rings in China.
Oh yeah,
That's terrible.
yeah. Well, they got a
What
whole.
was the name of that?
Serpensa. He's like one of him and this other guy Lao Wai are these two dudes that have a channel together and separately, but they lived in China for 10 to 15 years between the two of them.
They ride motorcycles.
And they ride motorcycles all around, and they would talk about the culture and how like good it was and stuff like that. But then it's like
It got fucked up.
yeah, they saw what really goes on there, and then things started happening to them, and they get like the government didn't like them, and they both had to leave, and like they live in the United States now. Again,
I thought one guy was South African.
he is, but he lives in the U.S.
Oh, okay.
Sounds like a cool show.
Yeah, it's cool. Like and he does all these videos about his experiences throughout China and the negative things that you'll never hear about because everything's so censored
yeah.
and kept out. So
Yeah.
that's where I sent him he watches it too, but I sent him like a while ago about how bad COVID was getting over there with people jumping out a window.
Well, I see
now they're
footy
coming
from
out.
last week. Yeah.
Now they're coming. It's
Now there's a
The whole city's just screaming.
Right.
their economy apparently isn't doing well at all. It's bad.
Well, it's not working out.
Shanghai's gotten so bad that there's a jumper protocol now, where they're trying to land where someone else didn't.
Well, if you're gonna do it, just do it over there.
Well, they want to make it more of like now they're gonna pick up over here, and my buddy died here, this one died here, that one died here, so that you can't go down the street without walking over some spot where someone jumped. Basically,
That's what you heard.
I heard that they're trying to target different areas on the ground.
That's gnarly. That don't sound good.
No, it doesn't sound good. It's crazy when there's protocol for suicide like the Japanese have.
Well, it's not even. It's more like a friggin' etiquette. It's like sidewalk etiquette. You're like, somebody's got that spot. I'm going over here.
Maybe it's I don't want to die there.
It's crazy. Or whatever it
crazy.
is. It ain't. It's not good. When I saw that video, I was like, what the fuck is going on? The whole city's just screaming and hollering
Screaming at
out the
millions.
Well,
windows.
there's I saw some really dystopian stuff, like drones flying overhead shouting messages.
Yes.
Like
Comply.
like
Comply.
disturbing message. Like
Straight out of friggin' They Live.
They Live, and then they had the dog, Robo Dog.
Oh, man. With a
Running
shotgun on his head or
I
something?
don't know. He didn't have a
speaker
shotgun.
That's
on it.
coming
He had a
soon.
speaker on,
Loudspeaker.
running around with a
Duct tape
loudspeaker
to
on.
the top.
Yeah, I know, of course. So I can't get a proper mount fitted.
No, they
You have to-
can't.
Yeah,
But-
Boston Dynamics, bro.
That's what it was like. Yeah,
They're going to friggin' put shotguns on them dogs.
no doubt.
That's awful. I mean, but that's the future.
And anybody
You
that
know?
doesn't think it's not the future, you're stupid.
That's coming.
We've seen this future in how many dystopian sci-fi novels
They would
we've
never
read.
do that.
And then you think they
They
would never.
Who's they?
I mean, but you. I don't know. It's like
It's
you
people
read,
with money? Yeah, they would do
They
it.
would do it totally.
you read 1984, you read Neuromancer, you read like any of these books, and you think about that stuff. And when you're reading it, you're like, oh God, that part of why it's so exciting is because it won't happen here. It's like
You don't think it will, but
you
we
don't-
caught up with the
because
technology.
and you would assume that since those lessons have been out there already, that
People
the
aren't dumb enough.
people wouldn't-
Yeah.
they would
to
try to
follow
steer
through.
away from that. That's the one thing. It's like with the AI, it's like I don't have a problem with AI or the future with having AI automating many systems and this and that. But my problem with it is that like the ethics that won't be there. Like
No.
because you'll treat people will
The
treat
people-
them like shit. That's the problem.
Well, also the
Like-
people building them they could care less about the fucking AI. They just want to use it to wield power.
Yeah, well, there's that aspect of it too.
It's like whoever gets AI first gets to control the world.
Well, there's a few of the quantum computing too. The race for quantum computing. Whoever gets that first is going to be. You'll be in control of certain things that other people won't.
You won't even fucking know about. Probably.
They'll need. You know, that's the thing. It's how much having things that others need.
But AI, I'm not a big fan.
Because you can't trust humanity to do the right thing.
Yeah, they're the ones programming it.
And then humanity will turn around and be like, I can't believe they want to kill us.
Yeah, like surprise.
I mean, come on.
I'm surprised.
Why do they want to hurt us?
That's because you're a piece of shit.
Because you're morally corrupt.
Me?
That's why. Because you don't, you know,
You're a piece of shit.
they see it. That's what everyone's afraid of. Is they're gonna see the true human. Like they're gonna know what we really are as a collective whole, and it's not good.
Well, there'll be another consciousness to judge us.
Yeah, that's
But
is it even separate from the conscious field, or is it just a different antenna?
Don't know.
I just saw it. This is off topic a little bit, but it really blew my mind. I saw that information actually has weight. The amount of information that we've created since the beginning of the internet can be measured, has a measured mass, and they're calling it like a new state of matter.
Ooh, wow.
Like it's really like an existential, like kind of like when you think about it, you know what I mean? But
what are they taking into account though? Like hard drives and fucking wires and
the bits, just the information, information itself. Like,
but it doesn't seem like it has actual mass.
I'm not talking like
you're just talking about the size of the cloud,
kind
of.
Compile it,
right?
It makes sense to me.
Like,
well, if thoughts, they have to be something, right? I mean, so at very least
a density.
At very least, they're energy, right, of some sort.
Yeah.
Electrical current through your brain or whatever.
Multiple things or whatever. Or a field.
And that creates heat, and you
detected.
can't really have heat without matter. So it makes sense that they have some kind of density.
Yeah.
So how much information do I lose when I fart?
Well, that's new information coming out, right?
Yeah, that it actually, if it's observed.
Observed, yes.
If it's observed, which it is because you observed it.
Smelled it.
Right.
Downloaded.
Well, that's just like there's a tree fall in the woods. Some people think of this as like, when you're playing a video game and you come upon an area, that area becomes activated, right? It wasn't there before you didn't.
But it's there somewhere.
Rendered.
It's there somewhere.
Yeah.
But it doesn't get fully realized until.
Right. Until you actually go there in the game.
So that is like downloading information when you smell someone's fart.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Especially for a dog, I guess.
Very much so. My cats will like that too.
Oh, shit.
Mr. Hanky out
What
there.
else we got going on here?
The cats.
So is Boris Johnson the leader of the free world now?
I don't know.
Who says that? Why? Because he went there first?
Yeah, he went there first, and all of Europe's talking about him. He also got caught for partying this week.
BJ.
Partying?
Yeah, during the lockdown, he was partying.
And he was like, yeah, I'll pay my fine and it's over. Yeah. Like, that's just it. Because, like, that's what happens. You pay your fine and it's over.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I was such a... I paid my fine.
Zelensky disses Biden.
Yeah, he's...
Gave him a list of Ukraine military needs and wondering where they are.
He's going to diss Biden and do whatever he can to get what he wants because he's on... he's got his back against the wall, and you want anyone's help, you possibly can.
Sure.
And I understand that.
Did you see the video of him dancing with the high heels?
No, that's cool.
Zelensky.
It's
probably part of his comedy show that he had for a few years.
No, I didn't see it.
But you're just like, that's your leader.
Did you see the skit that Saudi Arabia released?
No.
So they released a skit. It's kind of like Saturday Night Live-ish. And it's about Biden and Harris.
Oh yeah, they made fun of him real bad.
Real bad. It was pretty funny.
It wasn't actually that funny. It was pretty poorly put together.
But if you dish it out, you got to be able to take it.
Yeah.
We dish it out plenty, so go ahead, make fun of us. Right, Winnie the Pooh.
Oh god, poor Winnie.
Let's talk about China.
Sorry, I just might get the show canceled.
So China's building. U.S. intelligence says China's building over 100 missile silos, or ICBMs. China.
Yeah.
More doesn't mean.
No, it doesn't.
Well, did you see Sean Penn complaining that friggin' we're not using nukes?
He's an idiot.
Yeah, well it's like
that just shows that he hasn't he's thinking with his amygdala's hijacked because he spent too much time over there
Well,
seeing what's happening.
He does do that.
He said something like,
we'll go there.
It scares me that we having nuclear power and not being able to use it because you're too scared to use it. And it's like,
should have used it in the 50s then.
What the fuck, dude?
Yeah, 40s right away.
Yeah, I mean
MacArthur was right.
Yeah, it would have been a different world. But anyway,
MacArthur was right. You gonna make that shirt?
Why not? I
Pat
mean,
was right.
what is that like? You know, I mean,
what else we got with China? I got China selling weapons to where is it? China, Serbia. Serbia's buying Chinese missile defense systems and anti-aircraft defense.
well, that's Serbia's not really
What?
nobody to worry about. I mean,
It's the first European country with Chinese weapons.
they're not going to work. They're made of Chinesium.
Chinesium, nice.
They don't work. It's like we've seen. I mean, I watched a YouTube video of a guy going around construction sites in China. I mean, you saw that like last 2 days. There was that whole hotel that fell completely over.
I didn't see
and
that.
stayed completely intact. I mean, this thing was like 16 stories and is laying on its side. Like the foundation was
They just shot.
They didn't put, and that's what I was getting at. Is that
They're building too fast.
well, they build too fast. They build skimpy. The rebar is magnitudes smaller than it should be. Like when I mean magnitudes. Like the guy was whoa. Like and that's
what the fuck is that?
But everyone rages about how awesome
great
it is
it
and
is.
how fast they build bridges and how fast they get all this
you're
infrastructure
right.
done, and then it crumbles, and then you don't hear about
It's the same thing as like the news. It's like they never do the follow up.
the
No, they
follow
never
up
do.
exactly.
Mhm.
But you don't hear about since China's so good at like containing their information and their numbers. You don't hear about how many people.
You only
died
hear
when
about
the
the good
flood,
shit.
when the dam collapsed.
Mhm.
You know, that dam that collapsed there a few years back was devastating. It like
Wiped
thousands,
out.
like
Yeah.
there was like a tunnel that went through, like it was like the Holland Tunnel, something like that, but it was really long, that got flooded out, and a lot of thousands, but they never even mentioned it. Like,
Well, yeah, because they're always on modern marvels on history and fucking building something. But like you said, there ain't no like when the shit collapses, you don't see the
bridges, I've seen pictures.
modern failures show.
Bridges
Right.
going down, buildings collapsing. I mean, stuff like that is not uncommon there. That's like it's
The
all
norm.
for
Yeah.
when culture is all about face. You can't believe a word they say because they have 1,000 of them. Like
Right.
all they care about is just like how they appear on the outside.
Well, I know a lot of cultures like that. It's not just China.
No, I know,
Mhm.
I know. You've been around, man. You've been around a lot more than me, that's for sure. But
Well, no, just like even in America, there's a lot of people that are like that. It's like they could give a shit less how fucking fucked up their life is, but as long as it looks good to on the outside to people, they think they're doing it. You know, it's like, oh well, I can get by. It's like, well, you're all fucked up on the inside. You just don't. Just as long as you got a nice car and house, you think you're fucking killing it. But it's like,
100 likes on Facebook.
You're just an asshole. You're really just a fucking
Yeah.
asshole.
yeah, and underneath it, I mean,
So,
it's-
but yeah, China definitely as a whole, though, will take that to another. As a culture, it takes it to a different spot.
absolutely, and I don't know. I'm not worried
China.
about them. Selling weapons to Serbia. I mean, go ahead,
Yeah, they did.
and that's fine, and we'll keep,
Serbia's not going to join the EU, I guess.
oh well.
Oh well.
China is
What
here.
else we got?
China, let's see, Mr. Button.
We got Germany buying $1 billion.
What the hell does that mean? I don't even know what the hell that means.
China is here. What does that even mean?
What does that
I
even mean?
love that movie so much. Oh my god.
Germany buying Russian gas, $1 billion a day.
They can't get off the tit.
Well, they were the ones fucking right tied to them with their energy costs
Right.
and the energy consumption.
Yeah, this goes back
And
years. We've been talking about
And it was just-
Gazprom and Rosneft for 15 years. And there's all these deals were put into place a long time
Oh,
ago.
yeah.
And it's how are you, I don't know. They have to change their infrastructure.
That's it.
It doesn't they can't just shut it off.
it seems
And-
like that's what they're doing now. They're trying
Their
to
PM's been saying some pretty crazy stuff lately. Like,
Well, didn't Zelensky tell him he didn't get out of here, that you're a Putin like
do.
puppet
He
or
said,
something?
"Get fucked."
Yeah, basically he called him like a Putin puppet.
I didn't hear that.
Yeah, he didn't want him to come and visit because he was like, it's going to be hollow. Nothing's going to come out of it. So,
Right.
why bother the dog and pony show? You're wasting my time, basically. You're not going to give me anything. You're not helping. But
What else you got there, Bard? Sorry, I'm yawning.
I got Sweden and Finland fast track to NATO.
like it.
I mean, that seemed like it was going to happen anyway.
Yeah, it's an inevitability.
The thing about them is that, like, well, Sweden was neutral in World War II, right? But they favored the Axis, and Finland was on the Axis. Finland was anti-Russia, and whoever's fighting Russia, they were for them.
No, they're ready. They said they're like, Russia threatened them with nukes already, and they said, well, we knew that. We've already been prepared for that. So
Right, Finland's ready. They have mandatory military service over there.
is that something? So does Switzerland,
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, do you see that as like more escalation?
I don't think it changes Russia's defense strategy much. I mean, they were going to defend against Finland anyway in Sweden, so.
Yeah, they knew they would always be on the other side. If
Other
it came
side,
down to it.
right.
Yeah.
So it don't change much. It's just a formality.
Formality, yes. We got the second election coming up on April 24th in France.
Oh boy.
Between Le Pen and Macron.
Le Pen, Macron. Le Pen.
Talk
Macron.
about shit and shittier. It's like, really, it's just like last election. I wouldn't vote. It's the only one I never voted in. Was last election because I just had no confidence in either party.
Well, you were right.
I was like, this is poo. Because I was a Tulsi supporter.
She's Russian.
Russian bot.
I know. That's what they kept saying. I don't believe it because she's.
Dude, I don't believe it either. They tell a ham sandwich is Russian if they don't like what it's saying.
No, I was a Tulsi fan, and
misinformation.
It was clear to me that the agenda was just to railroad her after she demolished Kamala Harris, and then you couldn't even Google her name the next day.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's called big tech swaying elections.
Yep.
And that's I think one of Elon's goals was to try and grab some control back.
And isn't that the irony of ironies when you have a large section of the anti-fascists who believe all this
in fascism.
And it's actual fascism?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's close.
Right.
It's skirting the line.
Right.
But still, like...
when you're saying you go to a college and you're just like, we want to ban that person from speaking because we don't like what they say. I'm pretty sure that's not a good way to, have a public square with thoughts. Fucking
right.
No, nothing's gonna get done. Nothing. You're only gonna hear one side.
I mean, that's like in Ukraine.
It ain't diversity, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, right. That's the irony of it all. It's. Oh my God, it's just so misplaced. And I understand where it's hummus. People want to help. They want to be allies.
Sure.
They want to, and that's
So
ruinous
Putin made
empathy.
a speech this week, huh?
Yeah. Which one?
The one speech he made the other day.
Who made a speech?
Putin.
Oh, he says I hear quotes from him all the time. Like he's so I don't know.
Basically, he said that they're doing what they're supposed to be doing in Ukraine. They're on the right side of history and all this other stuff, and that everything's going according to plan, and that should be over soon. He's already claimed victory.
Yeah, the May 9th victory parade.
Right.
Well, he's fucking turned around the Russian economy more or less. He did what he wanted. He wanted to get it so foreign influence is fucking not in his country.
That's what happened.
It is though. See that it's just trading one pain for now. It's China.
Yes.
They're going. China is going to.
Got them.
Yeah, they're gonna suck them dry.
Makes sense. They got a lot of natural resources.
That's exactly what I think will happen.
It's a good possibility.
I mean, and that's sad.
One of the things in the speech he was talking about
strip mine Russia.
freedom of speech in Ukraine and the Nazification, whatever. And then he pointed out to all the political parties that have been banned in Ukraine in the last couple of weeks.
That have what?
Been banned.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's.
Well, that's the other thing too. Is when everybody talks about Zelensky and they're all want to friggin' be like he's so cool, and it's like he's same as fucking Putin.
He's just doing what
he's the same guy, same dude, same thuggy fucking attitude. I don't like what you say. Well, shut up, and you're fucking. Right. You're gonna go to prison. You're gonna get shut down.
From here in this country, that I mean, that looks like that's just the way it is in that part of the world.
Yeah, that's their culture. it seems like.
Serious Slav shit.
Yes, and I mean, that's if
Who
that's
am I
your
to
way.
say? Yeah, who am I to say? Go have
but
fun.
It doesn't agree with my way, so.
Yeah, and don't what? The only thing I got against it is like they're trying to drag us into some bullshit. The whole country, our whole country.
Well, yeah, exactly. Because they want the help. I mean, it's who doesn't. I mean, we're the only military that hasn't stopped. We have active conflicts going
Right.
Multiple places
Every
in
week.
the world,
That's
all for
time.
years,
All night
can
long,
deploy-
all day long.
Like the United
Every
States
day.
military's logistics is
They're
the
out there
best.
doing it right now.
Yeah, they're
It's
constant.
honed but all the that's what I was saying to him. It's like my biggest takeaway from this whole Ukrainian thing was Russia was supposed to be our whole lives, like Cold War kids. Our whole lives, Russia was this fucking
Big
badass
boogeyman.
number 2 military. They're better than us, or
yeah.
and we're worried about this. And they couldn't even invade Mexico. That would be like us. No,
Yeah,
it would
I
be like
know.
us going into Mexico through Texas and running out of gas,
Right.
and not being able to get gas from Texas into Mexico, like 30 miles across the border.
Right. That's
like-
crazy.
Those logistical failures to me, I was just like, this is everything's been propped up and it's bullshit. Like,
Could be.
I mean, nuclear weapons aren't bullshit.
They
When
might
did the
be.
US
They might
occupy
be.
I
Bahrain?
heard, though, I also heard that the Russians haven't been upkeeping their replenishing the plutonium in them like you're supposed to
Right.
on the upkeep. So
That's
they might.
part of the Clinton plutonium deal. Remember
That's what that
Hillary.
was?
with Hillary?
That was
yes.
Hillary. I do remember that.
Oh. Yeah, what the hell was that fucking whole stupid thing? Drawing a blank on the name of the company. They she sold it to some Russian company. Plutonium.
But she shouldn't be.
Or she okayed it. She signed off on it.
All right. So it's been 100 years since Americans have been in Russia.
What the fuck's that got to do with anything?
It's just a part of military
It was
history.
Yeah, it was just. An
I'm
interesting
talking about how
factoid.
a lot of people don't even know that we ever had troops in Russia.
We've had
Right.
troops in Russia before, but it was
He was talking about the logistics of the United, and this is how long we've been doing it for.
Yeah, it's like we get guys around. We're really good at transporting people and fighting. I mean, I'm not saying there aren't problems, but it isn't like this.
Not look like that. Yeah.
I mean, I'm kudos to the Ukrainians for but that's just it. When you have, I think it's a massive morale issue because a lot of you have a conscript army in Russia. A lot of these people
Right.
they don't believe in the cause. And now you have Ukrainians fighting for their lives.
Yeah. Well, it's also you gotta
All right, so we had
fight-
people there during the Russian Revolution.
you gotta really parse the fucking propaganda because there's just so much on either side too.
1919.
It's like fucking,
Yeah, it's tough to know what to believe. I don't
especially when
hold it against anybody really because nobody knows.
I mean, for real, the stuff that filters down into America, like their major stations, is all bullshit. That's all. Whatever you're hearing on those channels, it seems like they're fucking. They got their
They're pushing a narrative.
they got their narrative on the sheet in
Yeah.
front of them or on the prompter, and it's like all being influenced by big money, and they're only telling you what they want you to hear.
I believe there's plenty of individuals that work at those organizations that truly believe in what they're doing and think they're doing the right thing. But the
but-
overall,
But that's
It's-
that's how
and
it's
this-
structured, though. It's like hire that person because they're gonna say what we want them to say, and
yeah.
and they're not gonna question the other things that look a little shady.
I'm sorry, but maybe this is a little old school of me, but I don't think that 5 companies should own all the media in the
No,
fucking world.
absolutely not.
I'm
Mhm.
sorry.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Where's Teddy to come and break them up?
Yeah.
Break 'em up.
break them
Break
up.
'em up.
Break them up. These kind of monopolies are really devastating.
Yeah.
They push they can control thought.
They're doing it.
Everyone's
doing
always like, "Well, just turn it off. You don't have to." And it's unavoidable.
But it filters
Pretty
in
much
through
unavoidable,
people.
Yeah.
filters
It's
in it.
unavoidable. Unless you want to be Jeremiah Johnson in the woods, then you're never which is attractive. Don't
If you
get
read
me
the
wrong.
paper, you're misinformed. If you
Yeah.
don't read the paper, you're uninformed.
Exactly. Yeah, pretty much. Yes.
I
Sounds
think
like
that was Mark Twain.
was it?
I think so. Might have been Walt Whitman.
Was it? I
It
think
sounds
it was,
like a Twainer.
I think Denzel said something like that recently, like a couple years back too. There was a thing of him saying, "Don't trust the fucking news. It's a bunch of bullshit."
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
trying to make everyone. It's like if it's an
I mean, he played
outrage,
Malcolm X, so
if it's an outrage
should have been. That's probably when he
industry,
learned that.
then it's trying to make everybody angry and mad at each other.
Yes.
Well, I
That's how it
watched
makes money.
a documentary about it a while back, and it was just like, you know, the people that started all of the companies were military, ABC, NBC. That's where the technology came from. You know, they were using it in the wars, and radio, and television, and cameras. All that was developed by the military. So it wasn't like it was like that's where the money was. So who's going to control it? Military.
Right.
There's the ex-military men running those big fucking
Military
channels.
industrial
But
complex.
the trust was there, 100%.
Back then it was.
Yeah,
Back then it
like
was,
I mean,
yes.
That's why
there's a part of me that like wishes that it was like that, like where I believe it 100%.
Right. I don't believe anything I hear.
I know, me either, and it's horrible.
Because
Like,
I hear misnomers, deception, conveniently leaving out facts that I know in my head because I got a memory, which the news hates that you have a memory. It seems.
Yeah, yes. If it's behind the news cycle, then you must be
right.
You're a liar.
You're a liar.
Because only this is true. What's happening right now.
Right, and you know that's like I was talking last week about the cold civil war that I feel like we're in, where there's two sides and they have a hard time finding any common ground. You know,
won't even won't even go to the table. Really,
you're right. Some of them won't
Well,
even go to the table.
You know, here's something that's like I don't know. Yeah, forget it.
Self-censor.
Yep, exactly.
Self-censor.
I just
Self-censor.
shut myself down.
This is too spicy.
Yep, this
Spice.
is spicy
Hot.
meatball.
It's one's hot.
Also in the news this week, first women's baseball coach
In the MLB?
Majors, in the majors, yeah. MLB.
Oh, man. Well, whatever.
I'm good. Like my take on that is like good for you for doing whatever it took to get you there.
Yeah.
That's awesome. But
They changed the game so much this year, I probably won't be watching.
I actually like the changes. The players wanted them. The DH on both
They wanted
the
that?
players wanted the DH.
No.
Yeah, totally. They were the ones who they couldn't reach an agreement on this. The league wouldn't have changed the DH unless the players wanted it. They wanted the DH. They wanted the.
Somebody was saying it's mainly just for one guy they changed the rule. There's this new fucking pitcher that can hit like a madman.
Yeah,
and
she's
it was
really
like,
good.
well, we better change it now because this guy's people want to see him hit.
The show that no, I thought the Shohei rule was something about like his pitching rotation days.
I don't know.
He can't I don't know.
I haven't been following it, so
Oh,
you
he
probably
could still
do know
be
more than me.
DH, even if he gets taken out as pitcher.
Exactly.
That's what it is.
That's what it was.
Yeah. That's
And
crazy.
He is that good, dude. He's
So
that
they
good.
could basically means one person can be in two
Who's coaching
different
him?
positions.
Who's the?
It's not the girl, is it? Is it the same team?
Is she on the Angels? I don't know what team she's on.
So is she like
It might be because it's. I remember the uniforms red and white, and it could be the Angels, the Reds, or the Guardians, or the Phillies. I'm not
Is it a
sure.
coincidence?
Red?
Not.
Believe it.
Believe it or not.
Yeah, I remember.
That show was fucking
It was
awesome.
great, you know, and that's a lot of those stories were bupkis, but it was entertaining.
When you gonna come over and watch some Buck Rogers with me, man?
I would love to. Erin Gray with that lipstick. She's hot back then. Those
amazing.
outfits, like, come on.
Forget it.
Come on, man.
70s, man.
Yep. Mhm.
That was like, yeah, it was peak 70s. She was one of like
I
my
might have
first.
to start some watching parties of that because it's just so classic.
Yeah, but that's a good show.
I've been telling him maybe we should do some streaming, like video game streaming.
Yeah, I haven't played a video game in a while though.
I play games. I'm still.
I haven't played in forever
I'm
either,
still a
but I'm like,
gamer.
well, maybe we should just start doing that.
Yeah, what was the last one? I was doing I did some of the new Halo. I played that campaign, which was great. That was fun. And then Oh, I was really hooked on Red Dead for a long time.
Red
It
Dead
looked like
Redemption.
a fun game.
Yeah, because you know what? I was sad to say, I was vicariously living through that game during COVID because like I was a
You're just like,
woodsman.
yeah.
I was in the woods and
Right.
I was just wearing animal skins and I was loving life.
I was
Like,
wearing
I had my
animal
horse
skins.
was my best friend, and you know
That's
the
awesome.
scenery was beautiful. It was like, I definitely got way into that. Yeah, I played them all. I played all the Cyberpunk and like all the.
Was that Cyberpunk any good?
It was fun, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun. It was an interesting take.
It
on
didn't
the
have
game.
enough story to it or something?
No, it had a lot of story. The story was really good, but it didn't. For me, it just like kind of.
Multiplayer no good?
No, I didn't play with anyone else. I'm not really into that.
You don't go online to kill people?
No, when I go online,
Like Call of Duty
no,
style?
I play. When you're playing on Red Dead online, which I did for a while, everyone's out there. But what was really bizarre about that was that it was similar to like what it must have been like in the back of the day, because people people don't just kill you like they do in like Grand Theft Auto or something like
Right.
that. Like it's really weird. It's like people walk up on you and you have to like size people up and like you kind of, and then you can just put your hand up and they'll be like, all right, and then they'll go the opposite ways because you're in the middle of nowhere. You end
Right.
up like encountering each other in these large spaces, so it's like you won't see anyone for a really long time.
Was there no mic feature or could you talk?
You could. I just didn't have one set
Oh,
up.
okay.
I just noticed, like, occasionally somebody will come and try to kill you, like, whatever. And it's just like, whatever.
All right,
Just
now
leave
I
me
gotta
alone.
murder you.
Now I got to come find you. And we're fighting.
Right,
But
right.
otherwise, like, for the most part, it was weird. It was like people, like, you.
Don't
like,
start none, there won't be none.
Yep. It's so lonesome, like, because you're by yourself and there's so much space in that game that, like, when you do come across a person, you're just like, hey, what's up? And, like,
weird.
kind of
Hey,
check out
dude.
each other's, like, outfits
see.
and horses.
How many
and
people
stuff.
would be online at once when you be like in a
In my
server?
like one would probably be. I've been on when there's been like 40 or 50, but the world's so big, I could be on there.
Okay.
And you won't see them.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, you just simply won't see anybody. Yeah, there were certain areas of the game where people just didn't go, and it's like they just happen to be the ones that I like. It's like, but yeah, so.
Yeah, we haven't gamed in a while though.
No. I build things all day.
Imagine if we had like cameras and streaming back when we were gaming, like the Call of Duty days.
Oh, those are fun.
I mean, I did do a little. That's basically what got me off of video games, is seeing myself showing up on the internet.
Well, you told that story, yeah. Some kid was on the. You weren't streaming it though. Someone else
No,
was.
Somebody else was.
Yeah, and you saw yourself on.
I'm like, wait, that's
YouTube.
my gamer tag. That's me doing. I remember doing that. I was
Mhm.
jumping up that wall.
That's something that happens, though, isn't it? People steal other people's streams. Like,
Yeah, it's
I think you
snipe
can,
streaming or sniper stream or
yeah,
something.
and they'll act like it's theirs. and
Stream
they'll be like-
sniping.
and then,
He was just looking at me, climbing up some ruins into a spot that was
well,
unusual.
Yeah, you were getting into a really hard spot that
Yes.
nobody uses, and he recorded it and was like, "Here, look at these.
Look at
you
this
know,
guy."
Look at this guy's spot." Yeah.
Basically.
So he took advantage of
yeah,
you.
and
Right.
that's his spot now. Like, he
And it was
goes-
on the internet. I was like, oh fuck, I'm on the internet.
Yeah, you
playing
should go
games.
find that video and see how many likes or views it's got.
yeah, I saw something. I like those ones where like those videos where they expose, like, the guy's like streaming. He's like, this dude's streaming my game right now and acting like it.
Oh, and
then
acting
goes
like
in
it's
it-
him?
Yeah, and then goes and like turns it around so that the guy knows, like,
Oh,
doesn't
jeez.
do what he says he's gonna do. It's funny. Like,
That's crazy.
I don't know. I like that Schadenfreude stuff, like, to that extent. Like watching Indian scammers get taken down.
Mhm.
Oh, that's
Let's talk about India, shall we?
yeah, sure.
Okay.
U.S. and India have new agreements, new proposals, defense
Okay.
proposals together.
Yep, from the bottom of the ocean to space.
The space is that the domain that they're. Yeah. So
Slumdog.
Yep.
looks like India's back on our side. for
Slumdog
now.
space.
They are against China.
Not against Russia though.
Russia, they're neutral.
Okay.
That's what they're playing. Russia, they're neutral, but
China they hate.
yeah. So
But
Yeah,
China's in
they
a
don't like-
military alliance with Pakistan and Russia and North Korea and Iran
and now Serbia.
and now Serbia.
No,
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a pact. You
They
buy-
sold them some
Well, what are
stuff,
they
yeah.
trying to do? What is America and India trying to accomplish here with this?
I think they want to secure the Indian Ocean, right?
or the water rights for India, which is what China is trying to take
Take away. right?
away up in north.
Right.
But in case something breaks out, I think India actually matched China in population recently. So
Jeez, really?
Yeah.
There's so many people over there.
That side of the world must be so heavy.
Yeah. China,
It's got more density on it.
India,
Yeah.
Indonesia is pretty packed for all an
Yeah,
island nation. I don't know how they're so packed.
Jeez, yeah.
Got
So
like
look at
180 million, don't they?
wants to sink to that side.
Yeah,
They're all young though.
I like that hemisphere better.
They're pretty young. Indonesia, I think like the medium age is like 30 over there or something.
Why would that be?
Because they gained a lot of people in a short period of time.
Oh, okay. Boom.
And the elderly died off.
Look
Because
at
when we were young, Indonesia was not a very highly populated country. It might have been like 10th or something, but now it's closer to like
Yeah, there definitely was an explosion in the 90s.
closer to like 4th or 5th now or something. Yes, there was a boom,
boom,
birthing boom.
a big boom.
What was I saying? I've been watching. I've been looking for like, you know, I've watched so many shows. I'm just like, I gotta find something new. So I was watching Outback Truckers, right? I'm watching the show and I'm like, these guys are just Americans with different accents. They are so much like us. It's unbelievable.
Canadians?
What's that?
Are they Canadian or?
What are you talking about? The Canadians?
The Australians.
Oh, they're
yeah,
Australian Outback. Okay,
Yeah,
I
the
get
Outback
it.
Truckers. Like I was like, these dudes are just like Texans with.
Let's go get some beers.
They were just like, but it was
Salt
so
to the earth.
familiar to me. I don't know. It was comfortable.
Yeah.
It was nice. I was like,
What was that one show I like to watch? It's like I'll watch, like you said, partially just for the accents sometimes. The one with the were they gators? They're swamp gator hunters.
Oh yeah.
The Bayou dudes.
Yeah.
The cage.
He's like, we got to make a Creole with the get that gumbo. Gonna make a gumbo soup later on now.
Come on down now here.
I'm like, yeah, I like listening to this
wild.
shit.
Yeah, it's like
Back in the wall.
Get a little corn there down there and that thing there.
yeah, it's interesting. Those are like, you know, you're just like, oh, this is how some people. This is what it's like.
That's the
down
way it is.
there. Yeah,
That's it.
cool.
It's super relaxing. They don't give a fuck.
No.
You know what's
gonna catch
really
some
familiar
gators.
territory is Trailer Park Boys.
I've never watched it.
Me
I
neither.
love it. It's like, yeah, you will too. It's a
Uh-huh.
caricature of people you grew up with,
Oh,
bro.
boy.
Like, yeah. Jack,
I mean,
you know,
I've been,
Jack liked it too.
I've been
like,
trying to, not
I've never
get
watched
tied into it because I probably would just laugh my balls off the whole time.
I know you will.
I've been watching Me TV when I watch TV.
Yourself.
It's just this TV channel that's nothing but oldies.
That's cool.
Oh, I thought you were just watching the stream over and over again. That's all
No.
you watch.
Me. Just watch
I
me.
just watch me.
No. I saw this movie called Maudie this week. It's about a Nova Scotian painter who was born without a chin. She was slow and she made very kitsch paintings, almost little kid-like, all wholesome scenes. And, you know, she was as if like a little kid knew how to paint really well. Kept his style. And, you know, she had an abusive husband or whatever, and she changed his mind towards him. And, you know, she was young. She had gotten pregnant, and they told her that her baby died, that was disformed and died. And really, they gave it away to adoption or sold it to adoption or whatever.
You know, people making decisions for her.
Right. They didn't think that she could take care of it. But
That
she was very
sucks.
prolific. She would paint like up to 3 paintings a day. And she painted on all kinds of surfaces, and she would sell. She never considered herself an artist, and she would sell her paintings anywhere between like $4 to $10 a piece. And Nixon bought a couple for the White House. At one
Wow.
time. Yeah, as vice president before he was president.
So you're watching like good movies. I watched Moonfall.
I don't know what that is.
It's a piece of shit. Roland Emmerich movie. You know, the disaster porn stuff.
Wow.
The moon falls to the earth.
Oh, all right. Wow.
It's got Holly Berry in it and some, other actors. I can't remember the names, but it's just
Does it have?
it's just piss poor, but it's like, I mean, maybe I won't rewatch this one as much as I watch some of his other crappy movies, but like, what is it there? The Day After Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like you'll get caught on that once in a while if you see it on. You'll just like, fuck, I'll watch this dumb
Yeah,
shit.
you're watching effects, like
yeah.
Let's watch this.
Day After Tomorrow, is that the one with surviving a nuclear war or whatever?
No,
that's the day after.
Oh,
Day After Tomorrow was the water and the freezing.
Freezing, though.
Yeah.
The glow, the cool.
Yeah.
Flash cooling or whatever. I remember.
And then 2012 was another one of his.
Okay, yeah,
I watch once in a while.
That's a theme here. I'm
Yeah.
starting
right, the disaster movies.
You really like.
He likes disaster porn.
What does it like? So the moon's like crashing into the earth, right? Like, how close did it get before they started feeling terrible?
I mean, I fell asleep,
Oh.
but I'm gonna watch it again. But yeah, I think it was to the point where just tons of boulders or huge fucking parts of the moon are hitting the Earth, and they're like saying, it's not destroying the Earth because the gravity has slowed it down so much. It's just they're landing, without destroying the Earth. But yeah. Between the moon's gravity and whatever, they made a bunch of bullshit science to make it work. But it's to the point where like people are floating around on the Earth, and I'm like, oh god.
Oh
wow. They're using the moon's gravity to jump across a big canyon.
That's funny.
Oh man,
like a Fast and the Furious kind of movie,
Yeah,
they just make up the dumbest shit ever.
That would kill us.
The movie that's like probably impressed me the most in the last couple years was that movie from '76, Sorcerer.
Does it have different names?
No,
I feel like I've seen it, but
Sorcerer.
I can't be positive.
It's nothing to do with wizards.
No.
Or fantasy.
No. What's
it's
it about?
Quentin Tarantino's favorite movie. That's what turned me on to it, and I was like, this movie had me fucking gripped.
Well,
dude.
What's the
premise is there's like 4 dudes or maybe more, like 4 or 5 guys that are all like on the run from around the world for various reasons. They end up in this village in South America, this desolate, disgusting village, mining village in the middle of nowhere. They get hired to transport like virtually like rotting away nitroglycerin like 100 miles across the jungle to this mine, like, and it's the most in these beat up old trucks.
There's like moonshining runners with nitroglycerin.
Oh my god! Like there's like parts of this. I was just literally like, what I was like, whoa! I was like, this movie. After I got done, I was like, I could see why and it's Roy Scheider's in it.
Ooh,
yeah. He would be like the name.
He was the guy that carrying the movie. Yeah,
he was the name in it. But yeah, it's really gripping. You should check.
What's
it out.
Sorcerer?
Sorcerer. Yeah, it's awesome. Great movie, and William Friedkin directed it. The guy who did The Exorcist, and it came out the same year as Star Wars, so it got completely
right.
It just never
totally overlooked.
Yeah,
77.
The Wars and the Stars.
Yeah. Nope, that's not the thing I was envisioning. Like as far as like the cover, but yeah, got the Schneider right there doing his thing. I'll
awesome
check
movie,
that out.
Man. Really cool shots. The jungle is its own entity that's like out to get them too. It's very cool. Very cool.
I watched Christine, I think it's called.
The car movie?
No, this is a movie about American scholastic student who she gets involved with
the fuck are you watching
the
this
SDS
stuff?
or Social Democrats, whatever.
Are you watching this like on Hulu or something?
Yeah,
or Netflix?
Yeah.
On Lifetime?
And then I gotta look it up. And then she joins the Weather Underground. And she's planning to bomb
I was gonna say
she's gonna bomb a base in northern Jersey.
All right, now we're not talking Lifetime. We're talking real shit.
Yeah, she's gonna bomb a base in northern Jersey. I think she's in like Soho or something down in the city, or no, Greenwich Village. I think she was in, and the bomb went off by accident and killed her and her partner. I got into this because my buddy Larry was in the Weather Underground making bombs, and he was getting shipped all over the country to do it.
Yeah. I can't believe he's around.
He works for the Department of Defense.
I can believe he's around.
Jeez.
Yeah, he was part of the Weather on the Ground.
That answers my
He
question.
went on the Lam for 7 years in Canada when he got injured blowing up the statue at Haymarket Square there in the 1968 Democratic Convention. And he was also known, his work was also featured in the house that they blew up next to Dustin Hoffman's house.
I like
in
his
Chicago.
work was also featured.
Yeah.
He's a bomber.
Featured.
He's a mad bomber.
He's
yeah.
an artist. It's performance art, folks.
yeah, performance.
Oh,
art.
it was just a prank, bro. Like,
Yep. Oh, you got punked. Ah!
Yeah, so he went up to Canada.
Your house is gone. Isn't that fucking funny?
oh, shit.
He went to Canada for 7 years where he had to go to the hospital. That's why he went there. And he couldn't go to any of the hospitals in Chicago or in the area because everyone was looking for whoever blew up the...
Yeah.
And so
You like my work?
he went to Canada.
It's like the Joker.
He became a race car driver for 7 years.
He's an interesting dude, man.
And then he got
I always
caught.
like talk to him.
Yeah. And then one day, he was approached by, the guys in suits are like, "You're gonna come work for us, or you're going to jail."
Okay.
Okay.
Wow.
That happened to Hutchinson too, right? John Hutchinson.
I don't know who that is.
I
He's
don't think
another
so.
mad scientist guy.
I don't know. I know they took him in to have him look at stuff, and then they kind of suppressed his work.
They were
And-
asking him questions about the work, and then they were kind of asking him questions about stuff that he only theorized about, and they were asking him for as if they already did it,
Yeah, he went. I don't know. I haven't checked in on him in a few years, but he went a little loopy.
Oh,
he went
loopy.
cross-dressing
Stressor, yeah.
and making weird videos.
Mhm.
So that was it's kind of strange. I have to check back in to see what's going on
John
with him.
Hutchinson, yeah. The
Yeah,
Hutchinson effect.
He could walk out, or supposedly, this is what he does. He'll go grab crystals off the ground, fucking put them into a little case, and be like, show you how to make batteries from shit you find on the side of the fucking road.
Oh, cool.
But
He was the first one that was making stuff levitate, right?
well, he used frequencies and sound to levitate stuff, but I think caught the government's attention was he was actually reforming its fucking. In some instances, it would shake apart the particles and reform. He'd have a metal rod, and you'd see it crystallize and fall apart.
Right. It was
Something like that.
kind of like cold fusion, I think.
Yeah, it was weird stuff. This
Fire
guy.
about
Look him up. Give him a look.
Go take a look at his work.
Give Johnny Hutchinson. Old Johnny.
Why don't you go look at his work? It's good work.
Yes, he was doing some really good work. And let's say what?
Oh, did you see? I don't know if these guys, Coast Contra, this group was blowing up the internet the past week or so, 2 weeks maybe. It's some dude from Philly and a couple other rappers from some different areas, but the dude from Philly was slaying it.
What was he doing?
He just was doing some hip hop fucking from
Hip-hop.
old school stuff that people want to listen to.
Huh.
Yeah, they're like, oh, this reminds me of some Wu-Tang shit.
Oh,
I
that's
gotcha.
cool.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
That was
You
Philadelphia's
guys
the
didn't see
shithole.
that though, huh?
no.
The algorithm didn't
Speaking
get you
of
there.
Philadelphia.
No. The algorithm gives me kittens and animals doing stupid stuff.
I've been hiring one of you.
Have
to
you
help
done
my
the
mom.
cucumbers? The cat cucumber thing? Is that real?
Our cats didn't really succumb to that.
No.
What is the
No,
cat cucumber thing?
They're afraid of them.
Yeah, you put one behind it,
it.
and they turn around and see it, and they think it's like a snake because
Snake,
it's a
right.
genetic thing.
Yeah, they jump
DNA.
usually straight up in the air.
Yeah, they misidentify as a snake originally,
Mhm.
probably. Yeah.
Then they look at you. Then they look at you like
You're a piece
you're
of shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Here's the
fuck
craziest
you do that
conspiracy
for?
theory I heard this
Exactly.
week.
Okay.
That they were
Bring it.
poisoning the water supply with snake venom.
I heard this too. What is this?
I don't fucking know.
It was everybody was making noise about it on Rumble. They're
Snake
like,
venom.
they're
Snake
like,
venom,
watch
yeah.
out for the water.
They don't. there isn't that much snake venom to bring in to poison a water supply with.
That had to come from 4chan.
There's not that many.
Who's
just have
who's collecting these snakes?
I know. They're all these Pentecostal
They're
snake
grabbing
handlers
one after another.
from Appalachia.
Just getting their
15
teeth
years
in
of
the fucking
milking
rubber.
snakes.
Milk that sucker.
Just one after the other.
Yeah, one after the other.
And we're gonna get all the water supply, and yeah.
Where?
Then
It was in the U.S. They were saying it was
So trying to kill us?
China or something.
Oh, China was doing it.
Yeah, it was spy shit.
Okay.
I don't know where that came from, but
I
I
don't know
saw
either.
a lot of traffic on it.
I did too. I was like, what?
A lot of
Poison
traffic.
the water with snake venom. All right. I didn't look into it because it was so ridiculous.
I just actually saw. This is like kind of.
I gotta go check it out.
It's a little bit. I saw the report that came out recently of Ulster County's like water report in the towns and what's like in them, and it's already poisoned, so you don't have to worry about
Is it? It's bad.
Saugerties water has a lot of stuff in it, dude.
Like what?
Like I can't remember their names off the top of my head. Like I'm not gonna like.
But parts
they're
per million,
chemicals,
yeah.
like that are heavy metals.
Heavy metal.
Well, did you see that report from a week ago or 2 weeks ago? They said that I don't know where they did this test or what this fucking research, but they said that wherever this one place they researched, they said the humans are passing up to one like credit cards of fucking plastic, microplastics through their body a week.
Wow.
Ugh.
I was like, what? A credit card? Well, per week?
That's a lot.
What is that like from? Like, where does it come from? Like, are little tiny particles in your glass bottle or these plastic bottles you drink from?
Maybe.
Is that it? Like, it's like so small and they conglomerate.
Right. Maybe.
Because I saw the one with in the blood, where it was. You know, they found like
it's in the blood.
Yeah, they found it in the blood. They also
Plastic
found
in
it
the blood?
in lungs tissue as well.
Jesus.
Microplastics.
Maybe I'm getting something confused.
You know, maybe
here.
it's time to stop plastics, huh? Or come up with something else.
Something else.
Yeah, you ever hear glass?
I don't know. We didn't use that before, did we?
I know. What's wrong with glass? It's too expensive.
Well,
fuck
maybe
you.
people will pay. Somebody would pay instead of getting plastic in their blood.
We used to return the glass bottles.
Yeah, they used to
Put 'em
get
up
turned
on-
around.
Well, here's the one you're talking about.
Really
blood.
recycled.
Yeah, this is the one you're talking about. Microplastic pollution has been detected in human blood for the first time, with scientists finding the tiny particles in almost 80% of the people tested.
Wow. We're all
Yeah.
gonna die.
Yeah, we are.
It's fucking mass extinction.
That's all right.
Just got to start doing mushrooms.
Then you won't be depressed about it.
Just do mushrooms, man.
Well, then you'll realize that it's all part of the plan.
You should just fucking go lay down in
Yep.
the forest and become a mushroom.
Let the mushrooms take me.
The leaves are all perfect, man.
I saw something where they have language. They discovered that mushrooms actually have like
Complex.
50 words, or not. They're not words, but like you know what I'm saying.
50
How they communicate,
communications. Yeah, different communications between them. That was really interesting.
Well, it is. Is
Mornings,
it?
I'm
Is it the
assuming.
largest organism on Earth? Is the
Yeah.
mycelium?
Is the mycelium
Underneath-
yeah, it's underneath that like tree. There's like one forest. I can't remember where it is, but it's like a tree glade of special aspens or something like that. Yeah.
Biggest organism on Earth. Mushroom.
Is it really?
Think so.
So far, the that one mycelium.
It grows underground?
Uh huh.
Yep.
Damn.
Learn something new every day.
Just learned it.
Yeah.
Done learned it.
And then
Amy
it-
Schumer,
they
motherfucker.
Well,
attach
actually,
themselves to every like node, like root node on plants all around, and it becomes symbiosis. Like they all communicate to each other, give each other stuff. It's really it's awesome.
the whole society down there.
It really is, yeah.
Wow.
That's what they're trying to get at in Avatar, the movie Avatar.
They were.
They're just all tripping on shrooms with the mycelium. It's like, here's my little fucking mycelium cock.
I never saw Avatar.
It's connected to your mycelium.
Remember?
Friggin'.
The Island of
sexual.
The Island of
organ.
Dr. Moreau remake.
I never watched it.
Oh, when Val comes out after he takes all the mushrooms at the end when everything's going real bad on the end. We've seen the original, right?
I haven't watched either.
You don't know the story. Well, anyway.
Sounds hilarious.
He comes out on mushrooms. He's like this guru. It's funny, man. You should give it a shot.
I will.
I think.
I think the government does.
I think
that
Ron
shit.
Perlman might be in that.
Oh,
say.
yeah.
Don't say.
Don't say.
All right.
You commie fuck.
I don't know. I remember when I used to be on Twitter like years ago, like
Water.
before
it went to hell.
Oh yeah, but he was pretty outspoken about Donald Trump, like in just the right in general. What did he say about this? I don't even know what this don't say.
Well, there was the bill down in Florida.
Yeah, what did Ron Perlman say though? Like
he was just saying that. Yeah, he's like.
I didn't read the bill. No, hear me out. Here, I didn't read it, but I'm strongly opinionated against it.
Okay, that's what he said. I got it.
Basically.
That was the subtext.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was freaking out, thinking that it actually meant don't say gay, like you can't say gay in Florida or something. I don't know. But
which is like how they brand
That's how they
everything
brand
in the news. And it's like if you watch the news, like we just said before, you're being led around by your fucking nose. You're led around by your nose.
Yeah, that's true.
how about we don't talk to kids about sex? I don't know. Can we go back to that?
That's a good. I like that position.
That was a good one.
Like the olden days.
Yeah,
I want as little to do with your kids as possible. Like I'll be a
and their
model if I have to be.
sexual stuff is up to you and your household. You
Right,
talk
they-
to them about the birds
They
and
ask
the bees.
me, I'm gonna tell them ask you.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't really have an opinion on all that crap, but I don't like it. That's all I can say. It doesn't make me feel good when I think about.
Well, it's
that
like the
stuff.
thing.
Like,
Yeah, you don't want to think about it. It's not good to think about. Because it make you fucking depressed, like you said. And you don't want to write music.
You don't want to do anything. I'm just, like,
Tatum-
smoking weed and watching fucking movies, outlaw truckers. I mean, like
Outlaw truck, outback truckers.
Tatum covered this thing. It was allegedly a quiz that they were giving in Montana, and
Tatum's funny.
it was about the gay agenda or whatever. And one of the things was about divorce rates between heterosexuals, and like asking the kids if like they're too young, basically, to start thinking about that. It's like,
Yeah.
do you think there's is there a reason why heteros are divorced more? Yada yada yada. Have you questioned your sexuality? Stuff like that. It was just
Those
way.
are, like putting myself back in. I don't know what age group that was targeted towards,
Right.
but I would have been very confused.
Sure, I would have been too.
Like, because people just didn't like you
Well,
said.
if they were,
like,
you can remember like third grade, second grade, third grade,
Sure.
fourth grade, little bits and pieces, but I'm pretty sure fucking
that stuff never came up once.
never.
No.
No.
I wasn't thinking about anything like that
No,
at
I didn't
all.
know what they
Nobody
were.
was, or maybe they were, and we just didn't know, and no one said anything too. There's that, but for the most part, I don't recall the climate of the times.
No, I
being
don't even recall like most of the teachers mentioning their husbands or their friggin' wives or anything.
Personal lives. Yeah, you didn't
Yeah.
know anything about.
As a kid, if
A
I wanted to
teacher.
learn about sex, I had to go in the woods and look for a stash hidden somewhere.
And it was in a culvert pipe.
Yeah.
That was what I remember. when I was-
Magazines. Yeah.
The funny thing is that when I remember finding my first porno mags in the woods, they were the same porno mags that he had found because he's 2 years older than me. Like before
Probably the
us,
same stash.
there was like a stash in the
Holy
woods.
hell.
Yeah, there was a stash in the woods in Berkeley Heights, and all the kids that I'm
Knew
talking-
the stash.
and I was 7. But this is what the free range Gen X is. Like
Yeah, it is.
it was a gang of kids, like literally 5, 6 kids that were like 7, 8 years old, and we'd be in the woods by ourselves for hours.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what you find. You find the culvert pipe with the porno stash in it, and everyone's looking at it, and you don't know what the hell you're looking at.
Yeah, or
Yeah,
you find
yeah.
like some empty bottles and fucking where people was drinking and
Yes.
shit
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that. Yep.
Yep, and that's when all the older kids, like that were like teenagers, would try to like run us over with dirt
Dirt
bikes,
bikes,
beat
yeah.
us up, like push us down the
Can't do
side
that
of
no
the
more.
hill. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
It's called that's called foraging society I don't know, skills, social skills. Like
Social
foraging
skills,
your
yeah.
social skills.
Foraging.
Oh man,
Foraging.
Foraging for pornography in the woods.
You're foraging for pornography. Hunter gatherer.
so funny. It's like that stash of mags like entertained like 40 kids.
Wow.
Like,
Yeah.
Over years.
A whole generation.
It's so creepy. Well, think about it. I mean, that's the thing. Like, when.
Well, now it's like they don't have to go foraging because they got the internet.
But then
That's
when I was,
it.
yo, here's the thing, though. Then when I was in 4th grade and I moved back to the village and I walked to Cahill, I walked by a porn theater that was 1,000 feet from my elementary school.
Yeah.
Yes.
And had been operated and open for years.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know,
unfortunately, that's
different times, man. Like,
Did you know he used to write porn reviews?
No.
Mr.
The Peter, whatever his name
Oh,
is.
well, of course he did.
In the 70s and 80s, he wrote porn reviews.
Of course he did.
Somebody's got to do it. Somebody's got to do it, right?
So creepy, man.
Yeah, he reminds me of that Philip Seymour Hoffman in Happiness.
Oh, I haven't seen that in so long.
Yeah, you remember.
That last shot is just fucking horrible. The dog licking the railing and then comes in. The last shot of Happiness is like the kid's whacking off outside or something and shoots load on top of a railing. And then the dog comes out and licks the railing and then comes back in the house and starts kissing everybody at the dinner table.
Oh, God. Could you make that today?
Oh, what?
Could you make that today?
Happiness? No.
Talking about unwanted semen.
No, you couldn't make that today.
What do you guys think about Cuba Gooding Jr.?
What about
Show me the money?
I know
What
he
do
got
you do now?
busted for sexual assault.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
I don't
Forceful
even know the
touching
details.
or whatever?
Yeah, I don't know the details.
He got convicted, I guess, for forceful touching.
What did he do? Like he was on a date and took him to back and was like,
Who knows?
We're going in, and then the person got cold feet and said no, and then he was like, yeah, and then
He was sexual harassing people, I guess.
oh, more than one.
More than one, yeah. I guess some of the settled out of court. There was rumors of allegations of rape or whatever.
I don't know. I haven't seen anything about it.
It's because the guy was suppressed in the news
That's no
this
good.
week.
It got suppressed in the news.
Yeah.
By everything else.
By everything else, yeah.
Or do you think Hollywood just got so much bad press lately? They're like, let's just fucking keep it down. We don't need more bad Hollywood press.
I watched that documentary on Marilyn Manson that Evan Rachel Wood did.
I didn't see it.
Oh my God, it's like he's a scumbag.
Yeah.
No shit. Like, I mean, we always knew that. Look
Yeah.
at him. But like,
just look at him.
Well, I mean, he's like
a scumbag.
He just looks like he's into that. Like the stuff that I heard about, I was like not surprised. Like,
He's a punk.
Whipping her with Nazi whips.
What?
And she's like, yeah, she's Jewish, and he's like got a whip that was used by Nazi interrogators, like for real, and they had her bent over this like painful thing. It was like whipping her and like telling her like all this stuff. Yeah, dude.
All right. Well. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
This ain't like Amber Heard.
I'm just joking. Oh, that's fucked up.
I saw them in Saratoga
She's taking him
Springs
to the
years
woodshed.
ago.
Taking poor Johnny to the
I
woodshed.
thought he got. Why is that still going on? I thought she got proven that it was all bullshit like 6 months ago.
Oh, Amanda Heard?
I try not to follow.
I don't know.
And then it's all of a sudden it's back in court again.
Well, I think he's suing her or something.
I'm
right?
just like these people.
Or she's got charged with defamation or something.
These people, like, that's the thing. Like, you falsified it, got proved in court that it was faked, and yet you're like Jesse Smollett. Like,
ooh,
why didn't he do time?
I don't know. That's still. I mean, people don't get like. You're just being pissed on and being told it's rain. You know, it's like
that's exactly
anybody
what
that's
happened.
rich and got money and connected, they don't have
That's
to pay the price.
It though. That's what the Will Smith thing proved to me. That's what everything
Yeah.
is. It's all about the money, boys.
Yeah.
Like,
Think anything's gonna happen to BLM?
This is a different class of
not
fucking
now that
citizen.
they got all that money.
Well, they just got busted. Basically, it's like
Yeah,
they
we
embezzled
discussed
money,
it
right?
about a little before the show about that. So why don't you get into that?
So a BLM member bought a house, right?
I'll be right
in
back.
LA, right up in the Hollywood Hills, I think. And he bought it for $3 million, I believe. And then 6 days later, the founders of BLM bought it for $6 million or something, and then moved in. And looks like they're moving money around, you know. And so they, we have a law that non-charity have to be transparent. That charities have to be transparent so you can see where the money goes to. Well, they claim that they didn't know about it, and somehow they're claiming that this law that makes you responsible to show where you're spending the money from your charity is somehow racist, even though it applies to everybody. And their excuse for buying the house was that, quote, they were cultivating joy.
Oh my God!
Within the black community,
that is just like wise woman herb stuff.
They embezzled money from everybody. They stole it.
Well, it didn't go into loans.
No, it didn't go into loans. Didn't go into building
housing,
parks or
anything. No,
anything that would help any of the black community in America and at large. It went to themselves.
$60 million. Or $6 million. You said
$6 million, I believe, is what they bought the house for. They gave more than
a
the
lot of
asking
people.
price.
$1,000 was $6 million.
The weird part is that they gave more than the asking price.
Yeah.
Their first offer was $1 million more than the asking price, or $2 million more, or something.
So they really wanted it.
Apparently, I guess. These kind of things are happening all over the place. People getting away with stuff.
Yep.
I just heard this thing that I only caught part of it, and I think it was in Wisconsin, that they were tracking the mules, the voter mules, the people pick up votes, and that they were able to tell that they were committing crimes through their phone tracking where they were with their phones.
Like committing what kind of crimes?
They pick up all the mail-out ballots and stuff like that.
And then throw them away or something?
Throw them away or
sign them and fall forage them.
Yeah. I guess you weren't supposed to make so many, different drops at different times. They didn't follow that protocol. They were going back multiple times a day or something.
If this is, this is such a hot issue, why not solve it?
They don't want to solve it.
That's what it is. Nobody wants to really solve anything.
It's like
right.
When I know, everybody's like talking about stolen elections is bad, and it is kind of bad because it does undermine the process.
Plants the seed.
Yeah, it does. It undermines the process. But I think they both do it. Both sides do it, and that's why they don't want to solve it, because they're just like, whoever's better at stealing it this year is going to win.
There's people out there still calling Al Gore president.
Disinformatia.
You guys know anybody that calls Al Gore president?
No.
Yeah, well, there's people out there that do. Because of the 2000 election, which they felt was stolen.
I remember back then I thought it was too.
Yeah.
I don't know now. It's over.
I feel like the whole TDS panic that came through, I got that. I got that with George Bush the first or second. I thought the world was going to end.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, it's over.
Our president's a dumb.
Yeah,
I can't believe he's exactly.
I got that brainwashed.
Then he
I thought he was going to bankrupt us.
Keep spinning.
Kept going. Kept going.
We're
still here. Fuck.
I'm not so sure I was wrong about that one.
Which one?
I thought he was going to bankrupt us.
Who, W?
Yeah.
You thought W was going to bankrupt? Well, he did give away the whole surplus or whatever. No, his first thing in office was he gave everybody $200 checks. He emptied the thing. Didn't Clinton build up the
I remember that when Uncle George is giving us money.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm 24 and I'm all right, sure.
But I think he balanced the budget, and then we had a little surplus of money, and that's the first thing Bush did was give it all away. Mm-hmm.
It's not the worst thing to do, but
it's not the worst thing to do.
Well, it puts it back in the economy.
By 2008, though, the economy was shot. We had bailed out the auto industry. Then Obama got in. One of the first things to do was bail out the banks.
I know. That was so
That was fascism, straight up.
Straight up.
Straight up fascism. My tax dollar is funding a private business, which is backed by the government.
Yeah, that left a bad taste in so many people's mouths.
They didn't remember it.
People remember the banks getting bailed out by
not enough to be like,
fuck Obama. That's what I was at after that. I was totally went straight to fuck Obama after that. I didn't vote for him a second time.
No, I did.
That was the last time I voted Democrat.
I was high on the woke smoke.
The woke smoke?
No, I like that's the thing. I still like
he's
him.
Still he's
just charismatic.
I just don't
what did fucking Biden say about
goes
him?
a long way with me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. Like really, it does. Like that's.
Well, didn't Biden say the infamous like line? He was like, "Well, seems well spoken and articulate for a black person or something like
Yes, he
that,
did
and
that.
clean and clean." He
Yeah,
goes.
yeah.
I was
And
like,
clean.
he said something
Uh,
really
He's-
fucked
he
up.
says some fucked up shit.
I know he's so old that he's like fucking throws crazy.
He's the
shit.
last senator to use the N word on the Senate floor, and now
I
he's in
remember you
office.
said that. Yeah.
I'm gonna
the-
look up that quote. It's just so.
Another tidbit on Obama. Obama backed. Might be coincidence, but he backed a documentary about the national parks recently.
Yes.
It's on Netflix.
Yeah, he did. I was gonna watch that. I just like national parks. So.
I think it's interesting that you had that bus go down with that national park commissioner guy or whatever.
Oh, here's
Bob.
his quote.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Here's Biden, 2007. I mean, you got this mainstream African American who is articulate and bright and clean and nice looking. I mean, that's storybook, man.
Storybook, man. Come on, man.
Different times, I guess
Jeez.
already. Like I don't know, like what to say to that, but that
Oh,
was.
it was a compliment, but it's just pretty
Racist.
backhanded. And,
Yeah.
It's a racist compliment. It's compartmentalizing. You know, it's
The most important part about America is from what? He has so many gaffes. It's ridiculous.
yeah, I know because like he's too old.
That's it.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to be an ageist, but like he's
Fuck that.
why not?
You
I mean,
ageist.
our president should be like younger at least. Like I like the Barack Obama was a good age. That was a
we
guy.
definitely need
He's older than us.
younger leaders.
He is, but that was a good.
He's still boomer, I believe, technically.
Well, how about
Yeah,
Nancy Pelosi?
Well,
She's
What if
too old.
She's shot.
getting way too
We
old.
need a Gen X president.
Yeah, we haven't had one.
We do.
We're not gonna
Would
get one.
DeSantis be one?
I think he probably is Gen X, right?
Yeah, I think so.
He looks about our age.
When was he born?
Let's find
60. He looks like he was probably born in the late 60s.
I think he might be younger than us for some reason.
Really, he looks older.
I know he was serving during Iraq, right?
He's 43.
Ooh, he is
He's
younger, than us.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. September
Exennial.
78.
X annual. 78. That's right on the cusp. I think that might be millennial. Maybe no. It's probably still Gen X. But I don't know.
He would.
No, 78's Gen X.
78
I like
Gen
the
X.
way he kept Florida
end.
open. That's a big thing for me. He kept Florida open, and they did just fine.
They're fine, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they're the most comparable state to New York in size and population density.
I mean, a lot of people moving there. They ain't moving to friggin' New York, and they ain't moving to
Okay.
fucking.
No, there's an exodus.
Get
and it's-
shot
All the-
Somehow
subway.
you hear about this exodus of New York, yet the Hudson Valley is more packed than I've ever seen it.
Well, we are the number one location for
Yeah.
for supposedly. I heard, I forget where I read it, but the number one location of all the COVID relocation was the Hudson
Kingston.
Valley.
Kingston,
Yeah,
yeah,
that was
Hudson, right?
during COVID. I remember seeing that. The housing prices did like ridiculously go up.
Yep.
How that works, I don't fucking
Rent
know.
went up. I don't know.
Everything goes up, and
But yeah, California people are fucking leaving that like a sinking ship.
my buddy is out in San Fran, and I feel so bad for him.
San
Yeah. He wants out
Francisco.
really bad, and not to boot, he lives in a Russian and Chinese neighborhood.
Oof.
Yeah,
Get your ass to Berkeley.
get your ass to your roof.
Go to Oakland.
Rooftop.
Rooftop Korean.
I'll be right back. Did you have something?
Move to San Jose.
So what else you got, Barnes? What else you got?
I
What do
got
we
a lot of
What do we
stuff
got?
on. So I watched something else I didn't tell you about this week. A little video there starring the president's son there.
Oh, Mr. The junior Biden.
Oh yeah, he really laid it all out in this performance. I mean, it was bearing.
A performance.
Oh yeah,
Does good work.
it's good work. It was good work. Yeah.
Performance art.
you know, in this video, he's letting it all hang out,
The family jewels.
and he's talking to some chick about how the Russians have all his files on this one laptop that he's missing or whatever.
Yeah, but
So
openly
basically admitting.
Yeah.
they got dirt on him.
Oh yeah. Yep. In the video, he's talking about that. He's got some interesting tattoos. He's got a tattoo of the finger lakes on his back, which I don't understand why.
That's odd.
It's so odd. What do you go to
Maybe-
Ithaca or something, or
Maybe went to Cornell.
Cornell?
Huh.
But yeah, he's got tattoos of the finger lakes on his back. That's how you know it's him. Moles and curious places.
Barney knows where Hunter Biden's moles are. Can we just like talk about that for a second here?
Oh man, yeah, he's seen it all.
Why? I feel like Nancy Kerrigan. Why?
So the contents of the laptop have now been given to Kim.com, who says they're going to give them to WikiLeaks.
Well, supposedly, what's his name entered them into evidence. What was a senator fucking, or not? No, congressman.
Grassley?
No. So the younger guy.
Younger guy.
Kim.com's a weirdo. He's just a weird dude.
The guy from Florida?
What's his name? No, Matt Gates.
Don't say Gates.
Yeah.
You can't say Gates.
Why? Is it Gates?
Can't say Gates.
Representative Matt Gates.
There did it again.
Don't say.
Why? Oh, you can't say.
Don't say
Gates.
Yeah, he submitted it into evidence.
So yeah, well, I mean,
something that came out at the laptop was.
So what's going to happen with these other guys? They're all going to just
This is so convoluted.
slather it
I
on
can't
the
even
internet.
follow it all. But you know, we had his partner come out. That was months ago, years ago. Tony Belinsky saying that, you know,
yeah, I remember seeing
Jim
him.
Biden was involved and that the big guy was Joe, and so this new one is.
That's when it was fake.
That's when it was fake, right? That's back when it was fake, even though we had a guy going to jail for it, but whatever. This one was about IMVU, which is a virtual reality. It's been associated with grooming. It has lots of accusations of grooming against it.
Wait, all right. It's like a virtual reality space.
Yes.
That you can go into and do creepy shit.
Yes. It's funded by Rosemont Seneca. It was called IMVU. Hunter was on there. His name on there was Droid Hunter 88.
Droid Hunter?
Yeah, I think that might be an IG-88 reference.
That sounds like it to me.
Right? It does.
That's exactly what IG-88 was.
Was, right? But the Anti-Defamation League says that 88 is a reference to Heil Hitler.
Oh, that old gag.
That's what they say, yeah.
Wasn't that on, like, next to the skull?
What? Heil Hitler?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
No, that was just
White power thing. The 88.
88.
Yeah,
thing,
that's
yes.
what I'm trying to, like.
Right.
Where have I seen that before? Like, next to
Some
the skull
neo-Nazis.
bones.
Yeah, I don't know.
88.
88 supposedly Heil Hitler. I think it derives from the British coders.
Yeah, it makes sense.
It's
H.
88.
The British encoders, when they decoded the how was that coding machine that they had?
I forget the name of it.
The Enigma.
Enigma machine. Yeah.
Mhm.
They noticed that the Germans always signed off of Heil Hitler, and that's how they broke it.
88.
I don't know if that was directly, but I know it has something to do with the connection there. Yeah, so this, you know, he traveled to China on Air Force 2. Hunter did, with Joe in 2013. During that trip, he introduced Joe to his Chinese business partners. 10 days later, China issued Hunter a business license to do business in China.
After that flight.
After that flight, yeah. But you got to remember, Biden was on the record multiple times. He had no idea about his son's business dealings. He never spoke on overseas business dealings. But now we know that Biden wrote a letter of a recommendation for one of them to get into a school, or one of their kids, who he never met, supposedly. He also met with two.
I heard about that, yeah.
We got receipts that he met with 2 Kazakh businessmen.
We just signed some kind of pact with Kazakhstan recently.
Makes sense because they're
the last couple of days. I read something about that.
You ever look at their infrastructure? It's pretty out there. I mean, the road layouts in Kazakhstan are pretty wild. It's definitely some New World Order stuff. It's where they want to base the satanic fucking New World Order capital. I've heard.
Really?
Yeah, it's right in the center, kind of.
No, I get. Yeah, I could see the logistics.
Logistically, right?
Yeah, why it would be.
It's right in the middle of Asia. You're close by to Europe and Africa. So.
All right. Well,
Yeah, but there's more laptop stuff going to come out. We need the information. We don't need to hear about it anymore. I've known it's been real for years now. I knew it was real before it even broke.
you had seen the videos before it broke?
Yeah, I saw the videos before I knew about the laptop.
Wow.
So I already knew this is not usual. I don't usually see, a vice president at the time. He was vice president, still held the title.
Mm-hmm.
I was seeing his son's penis. And meanwhile, I'm hearing all this crazy shit about, I wanted to see the videos about Trump and his family and the peeing on hookers. I wanted to see that too, but I never got a chance to. And here's Hunter doing everything in the fucking world.
You said in the one picture he had...
He was with a black woman, and he holds up a credit card of Malika Obama. You didn't see her face, though, so I can't verify if that was actually her, if he just had the credit card and happened to have a woman that looked like her. Naked with him.
That's weird, because isn't she young?
Yeah.
This is like weird.
That's weird.
It's weird.
I don't know, man.
Salacious shit.
It is very salacious.
It's fucking, and this goes so deep. I can't even follow.
Malia, yeah.
Malia.
No K.
All right. Malia Obama. Is it true? I don't know. But he had a credit card with the name on it in the picture. Could have been doctored. I don't know.
I just had this image.
I saw the Death Star blow.
Obama's hand coming out of the computer and smacking us in the face and being like, "Keep my daughter's name out your fucking mouth."
I can't even imagine how he would say that. I don't know if I've ever heard him curse.
I don't know. You would know. He's like grandma. Like when he swears, you did something.
Right. It must either.
Barry?
Right. Barry O.
Yeah.
Barry Obama?
I love that skit that Key and Peele did of him in college.
I didn't see it.
Oh, it's so funny. It's him, talking to his fraternity brothers about this party that they're going to have. And he's like, we're going to need some bodacious babes. And the guy, they're passing the joint around. He comes around. Interception. Never sleep in Barry O. Never sleep in Barry O. There's some righteous bud we got here.
Jeez.
I've never. Yeah,
we got to wrap it up in the paper, like the Constitution. Can put it all together. I mean, what magic wand does he have?
You did a good impression of him too.
Who did?
Key there.
Oh yeah.
Peel or whatever.
Oh yeah, he did
Peel
really
did
good.
The impression. Yeah.
Yeah, he did a good impression of him. Remember the translator skit that they did?
Off the top of my head.
So, Key's the translator and Peel's
Now I'm remembering because now I can see Key.
anger translator or
Key
whatever.
doing
Yeah,
next to him, yeah.
Those were funny, I thought.
Yeah, they were.
Oh, there were some of the best stuff on Comedy Central.
No,
in a
they
long
have some
time.
great skits. Yeah. That dubstep skit is epic. Like it's.
I missed that one, but
That one's
I didn't
really
see a lot of it. But whatever I did see, it was always good.
Yeah, they got some good skits. I don't know if they're
And
still
he's made a
working
lot of movies. That guy, directed.
Peel there?
Yeah. He's directed a bunch of movies.
Like horror movies.
Right.
Yeah, like basically like.
I mean, I'm not really following
victimization
his.
porn.
I'm not following his career, but I just
Me
know
neither.
that he's pretty big into the
I know he
horror
said some
movie
racist
genre.
stuff in the last couple of years or whatever. But
Well, yeah, it's
Well, that's the thing. It's like racism in America now is it's just really weird with the you can be racist if you're of color and nobody cares. It's just like, well, yeah, they're whatever. They deserve to be racist. You're like, huh?
yeah,
You're like,
they deserve to be prejudiced. What?
the dog in the corner.
Her?
Yeah, I like the Morgan Freeman view on it, where
He's got a good view.
yeah, judge people by the content of the
Stop
character.
saying it. Stop talking about it.
Stop calling
Stop
me black.
reminding everyone that this is. Like,
Yes.
I
just
like that. Was that who was that? He did that too.
Wallace on 60
Char-
Minutes or whatever.
Yeah, Charles or something.
Oh, they're talking about. Yeah, you were saying the history.
Yeah, he's like, you want a white history month?
And he's like, and then he tried to back. He's like, wait, I'm Jewish. And he's like,
Yeah,
what would
what,
you want
I'm
to do? And he's
Jewish
like,
history
no,
month?
I wouldn't. And he's like, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
As long as we keep like this dialogue about you being an other,
Then
like,
it's gonna
then
continue.
it's
Right.
going to continue. Like, just
Yeah.
get back to like the individual and just judge people on how they treat each other. Like, if I, that's just the way it is.
White History Month. What would that entail?
White History Month? I don't
Yeah.
know. What would that entail?
I don't even understand these white history, black history things. It's like it's all our history. What the fuck are you talking about?
Well, that's just it. It's like, how separate does it have to
Like, they don't have to be separate. No.
They're the same. I know. It's ugly and it's the way it is, but like
No,
we're
history-
in better times now.
History's ugly in general. That's where I don't know if you've heard me speak on the show before about this, but with Native Americans, it's like same with the comedian there we were talking about last week.
Gilbert Godfrey.
No, Monty Python.
Monty
John
Python.
Cleese.
John Cleese.
He's
He gets
the
a lot
best.
of crap.
Well, he was
He's
like,
funny
I
as
want
hell.
He is, of
I want
course he is.
reparations for English people from the Romans and or
You
whatever.
have Celtic
The Norse and
ancestors.
the
Yeah.
French. and-
Like
He's like, and people don't get it. It's like, well, how? It's true. What he's saying is true. It's like everybody's been fucked over in
Oh,
history.
sure.
How far back are we going?
right.
Remember what I was saying to you before we left? When I was like, yeah. Well, I got my DNA test back, and I have like 1.8% Neanderthal DNA. There was 100,000 years where humans and Neanderthals had battles, and they rapes and horrors and tragedies and terrible stuff, and eventually they're extinct. They got drove out of extinct
I
because
want reparations for my Neanderthal heritage.
why don't people? Yeah, where's my? It's just,
Seriously, I want mine.
you could take it so far back. It's just like.
Well, with the Native Americans, it's the same thing. It's like there's so many tribes that took land from other tribes and
Oh.
conquered them and this and that, and it's like,
Extensive
How-
It's
history.
just
how are you
that
gonna do this?
ruinous empathy thing
how are
you're
we gonna
talking
do
about.
this?
Yeah, it is like that ruinous empathy where you care so much. It's basically the road to hell is paved with good intentions.
Right,
It's
right.
like where you care so much that you're over helping.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
And I get that,
And you're shot.
and it comes in and it
Shot.
works against itself in
And
the
you're
end, and you're shot.
Something always resonated in me is like I don't know if you're familiar with Malcolm X, whatever, but it was portrayed in the movie too. This one woman comes up to Malcolm X as a white woman. She says, "How can a person like me, like a white woman who's not racist, help you? What can I do to help your cause?" And he goes, "Nothing." And that was really profound because that's exactly what he wanted. He didn't want us to do anything. Don't treat him different. Don't treat him not different. Do nothing and react in no way, like about it. And I really believe that. You can make assumptions about people, but you gotta allow people to be themselves.
Well, everybody, the internet, like humans naturally clump people and things into groups,
Sure.
and like
Generalizations.
and generalizing, and the internet exacerbates that. Like
Sure.
and it's natural, but it's like still, I don't know. It's hard to see. There's so much hypocrisy in the thinking and the logic that it's
Well, that's what busted like all my circuits in my brain was the hypocrisy that just kept fucking getting bigger and bigger
blatant
through
hypocrisy.
all the Trump years, and even before it, like at the end of Obama's, it was just like you're starting to hear all this like diversity stuff, and you're like, wait a second, what the fuck's going on? You got a gay guy, Milo, fucking Yiannopoulos, wanting it just because he speaks the wrong political stuff, you want to ban him.
he's done.
Oh, he's done.
I haven't seen
That
him
was
in
over.
years.
he was talking about child sexual abuse.
Well, that's well the same thing.
Yeah.
What I'm just saying is the hypocrisy. They're like, we love diversity and this and that, and it's like, oh, well, you got a gay man married to a black man, just because he doesn't talk the way you want him to talk, you want him to shut up.
Right.
Well, isn't Dave Rubin like that too?
Yeah,
too.
Rubin.
They don't like Dave Rubin.
No,
you know,
he's gay. Yeah.
I've watched a few of his shows.
I mean, what's his name there?
He doesn't.
Rubin?
He doesn't have any real hot takes.
No, he's just talking normal. He's just like, this is great.
And I'm trying to find out why he's
hated. Well, he left the Young Turks. He was part of the Young Turks
Right.
at one time.
Oh.
And he abandoned ship.
Ran away.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
But that's it. Like, you know, just because you fit these people's alleged revered identity, the minute that you don't agree with them on anything else, they
it doesn't matter what
yeah,
your identity is.
It doesn't matter all of a sudden. And you know, Mayor Adams got that to this week when he was talking about Black Lives Matter. You know, spend it on other Black lives by people that aren't killed by the police, that people that are just homeless or having a hard time. You know, Adams is screwed. I think he's really screwed because he's already put so many contradictory views out there and held so many contradictory views. The defunding the police, the calling the police the first day in his office. Like, what? Then talking about he's going to crack down the subway, and then there's a shooting, and then
and also like the COVID protocols. He's like all over the place with that one
Right.
day, and then the next day he's like, "Oh, we're gonna keep it going. Yeah, for sure. We're trying to be safe."
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Well, maybe right. It's the early yet. Maybe he's just trying to get his legs under him. I don't know. Like, see what he's at the end of his term.
I think Philly still has a mask mandate. I think they're the last major city in the U.S.
They
to have
are.
one.
Because the whole
They're the most woke city, or one of the most
What
woke.
is woke? I got to move my mom from Philadelphia at the end of May. I can use a hand. She's paying. If one of you guys want.
where are you moving her?
I got to move her back here from Philadelphia at the end of May.
Oh,
I'll be begging for a hand from one of you two.
yeah. All right. I might be into that.
Cool. It's mostly move stuff for a couple hours and drive. And move stuff for a couple hours.
Hang out in Philly for a day or so.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, you've been there before.
I love Philly. Yeah.
I hate Philly.
I've never been there.
You got to go there on
I've
the
been to
January
Pittsburgh, but I've never
1st,
been to
bro. The Mummers.
It's so fucking
Parade.
filthy. It's Philadelphia. It's filthy.
But it's fun.
Isn't like a mummers parade like an old medieval like mummer like a mummers like usually they would be like a smaller person dressed up in a little like
Well,
jester
I don't know
outfit
what what it's about. Like, I know that down there the Mummers are like this. It is some type of kind of like Knights of Columbus thing, I think, or something like that.
Okay.
It's a group, but January 1st, I don't know if they had it this past year because of COVID or whatnot, but their parade on the 1st is one of the funnest things I've ever been to.
That's cool. Cool.
Mummers Parade. I never even heard of that.
It's like being in it's like this is what I tell people what it feels like. It's like being in the movie Ghostbusters at the end when the whole city's partying.
That's a great time.
Yeah.
That's a great time.
You got some outlandish costumes, huh?
Did you see the new one?
Yes.
I liked it.
It was good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I thought it was
I liked
decent.
it. It was decent.
It was good.
I thought it was, yeah, fucking better. Maybe, I don't know if it was better than the second, but it could have been. It could have. It's damn, as entertaining.
It was as entertaining as the second one.
Mhm.
Yeah, I thought so too. And I didn't mind the girl one. That it wasn't good, but it wasn't like
I didn't watch it and I didn't care. I mean,
Yeah,
I think I watched
I didn't
part of
see
it
it.
and I was like, I can't watch it.
I didn't even see it.
you know what? Guilt loses me no matter what's going on.
The jokes are just horrible.
When you
I'm sure they were.
rehash like scene for scene shit, Dunzo, I'm out. Like you can't like.
Well, the thing, what happened, I think what happened with the girls one is like they had a couple of hits with like the wedding one with the girls. I forget what
Kristen
the fuck.
Wiig.
Yeah, they were like
She has
partying.
moments.
They were partying, and it
I
was
think she's funny.
what the fuck was that movie called? It was Bridesmaids.
Yes.
They had a big hit with that. It was
I
fucking
never saw it.
hilarious. They had
I never
another
saw it, no.
couple little things with the same kind of similar cast. And then they were just like, well, let's just put them in the Ghostbusters. Let's do the same thing. Let's make Bridesmaids Ghostbusters. And it's like, I don't want to fucking see that.
Yeah, I didn't really want to see it.
I didn't
Yeah.
see it.
You know, it was
Gave it a
on.
miss.
And I was
I
like,
saw the rest of them.
You know, I was like, I'll give it a shot. I actually rented the other one, the new one. to watch it. I liked it. I was like, oh, this is good. It captured kind of the same feeling. Like, there was a little some hokey, like, fan service.
They used some member berries for sure.
Hey, definitely.
Yeah, there was a lot of nostalgia.
Member berries. I was like living in them.
Remember we were good. Remember.
Yeah, that was brilliant. Those guys still kill it.
They're killing it.
They still kill it.
Time.
All these last specials they've had that have come out, the movie, like whatever with the
Who's
COVID,
that?
like
Trey Parker or whatever.
Yeah, those guys are great.
Yeah, the cocaine. Get yourself some of that friggin' Colorado cocaine. He's like, ching. Did you see that?
I did. I love the.
Oh God.
I just love Tegrity.
Oh,
Tegrity
Farms.
I love Randy Marsh.
Well, he went to Tegrity Cocaine.
Yes, he had to because.
Did you see? I'm gonna have to show you this later, Barnes. It's one of the funniest fucking things I've ever seen. He's like, get yourself some Tegrity Rocky Mountain cocaine.
Tegrity.
Tegrity weed, yeah.
Oh my God.
Tegrity.
That's funny.
Oh, it's so good. Those guys really kill it.
But fuck, man. Yeah, what the hell we were just talking about before the fucking got into the fucking member berries? Oh, it's the Ghostbusters.
Yes.
That it's a great movie. I hope they do more with that cast.
Yeah, totally. I like the cast. I thought that the Egon's daughter,
Granddaughter,
she was great.
Yeah,
she was really cool.
Definitely. Her and the other kid that was supposed to be like playing the Dan Aykroyd character. That was just great.
Yeah,
fucking
really finds its voice in episode 48.
Yeah, that kid. We're on our way.
We're on our way. Really came into itself.
Yeah, episode 10.
Is that what he said? What are we on, episode 10?
Yeah, we're on 10.
They go 10-0. That's 20 hours of me just yelling at the internet to 3 people.
What's going on here? Okay. Yeah, the internet. We're making internet fucking sauce.
Internet sauce.
Just content. Everybody's shitting content out every day now. It's like in Mad Max Fury Road.
Went over.
Yeah, I've been looking at that. I was like, we could cut.
Going.
We could cut anytime we want now. We're golden. We went 2 hours. But in Mad Max Fury Road, we're like, everybody in the future will have their own TV show. Or they said something like in the past. They said, I heard everybody had their own show back in. And I'm like, hey, yeah,
they did.
It is now the way to go. So start your show.
That movie was so good.
What movie?
Oh, the Fury Road.
Oh yeah, it's always we'll rewatch it. Modern classic.
It is. It really is. It's fucking amazing.
Mad Max.
There's a bit of going back and watching now though. I noticed there's definitely a little bit of a woke stroke in it, like fucking
broad.
yeah. But it's okay. It's totally okay because the movie fucking rocks.
What, in like regards to like female empowerment?
Right.
Yeah. Because
but there's nothing wrong with it because Furiosa fucking rocks.
Yeah.
Totally.
No,
it was
like
just the
Beyond
other girls.
Thunderdome,
The other girls, what they're saying. Like you listen to some of the stuff they're saying, and it's like, yeah, okay, you're getting a little annoying.
Poor girls, though. I mean, but yeah,
different times.
What? Thunderdome is the one you like?
Yeah, it's got Tim Capella in it.
Thunderdome sucks.
But yeah, but Tim Capella's in it.
Master Blaster.
He has the mind of a child.
He has the mind of a child.
I said that about you the other day, Barnes, to
What?
my sister behind your back, because we were. I
Oh,
don't know
thanks.
what you.
He has the mind of a child.
You were doing something, and she thought it was cute or something, and she was like, "Oh, look, he's doing his, whatever it was, turning on music or something." I don't know what it was, but I go, "He has the mind of a child." She laughed.
I think.
It's just a funny.
Fury Road is probably I almost like it better than Road Warrior.
I'd have
Road
to watch
Warriors,
them all again.
It's definitely more exhilarating than Road Warrior for sure.
But Road Warrior is just so fucking absurd.
Just walk away.
Oh God, his name's humongous.
Yeah.
He's like, just walk away.
Just walk away.
And as he's saying that, he's like, and give me the gas. You just walk away. He's like making all these hard strokes as he's trying to. He's like,
yeah, he's doing this,
flexing. That's why I like that movie because it's so absurd. I mean, you got Oh my God! You got Bennett there running around with butt cheeks cut out of the leather chaps with a he's got football pads on and a feather boa.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I'm just like, they just threw anything on this dude. Like, and he's got the albino kid on a chain.
Yeah.
With his assless chaps.
I love that. It's so.
And then when he dies, he loses his shit. He kills his little fuck boy. He's like, ah! Oh God, no, not now, my dog of war. No.
Now I must unleash my dogs of war.
Puppy, you're in bed, puppy.
And cry havoc.
Oh, I love it, man. That's so great. There's a good period of like 70s Australia movies that are out there, B like movies that you should like just dig down that rabbit hole a little bit.
Oh, well,
Australian
maybe. I mean, I'm fucking because all movies today are shot. It's like,
Oh, yeah,
I mean, did you see the new Batman?
Not yet.
All right,
Who
it's
plays
okay.
Batman?
It's okay.
I didn't think that I'm not a big Batman fan because I've always been like a Marvel guy, but like Batman's always cool.
You stoked for the Doctor Strange movie?
Yes,
That looks like
because
it's
the
gonna be
first Doctor Strange movie I thought was fucking
good.
fantastic.
I loved
it was
it.
awesome.
Yeah, it was
Like,
good.
It was really good. Like so, but I'm worried about this one because
Culture.
Yeah.
You think? Well, yeah, they could be. I mean, they got Scarlet Witch in it, so it's like, is it going to be the Scarlet Witch movie or the Doctor Strange movie?
It's starting to kind of feel like it's both of their movies. And
Yeah.
That'd be cool because I need a new Scarlet Witch miniature, and they're hard to find right now. But if a movie comes out,
Why the fuck would you need a miniature of the Scarlet Witch?
Because it's a good figure.
She looks like a
Well, do
in
you
her old
like-
costume? She'll look like a D&D witch. That you
Yeah,
can use.
exactly.
You can-
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you don't care about that she is the Scarlet Witch. You just want a miniature that is
Oh
a
yeah,
witch.
yeah. It's all about me always.
Okay. You don't care about the product or the fucking
Nah,
IP.
just give me the fucking guy.
You're just like, I just want to repurpose your fucking
Yeah.
intellectual property.
Exactly.
It's very Chinese of you.
I'm gonna take.
He's
them
like,
out.
shit. He didn't like that. He did.
No, I get it because that's what they did to us, and that's how we have to get them back.
But they don't make anything good enough to steal.
I ate Chinese this week.
I know. I'm sorry. That's not true.
And I got first of all, I got an empty fortune cookie, no fortune in it. And then the next
that
one,
was your fortune.
it was. And then the next one I got, there was just a wrapper, not even a cookie in it. Son of a bitch.
Wow. They're getting the best of you.
China.
Just half-assing everything.
Everything.
Like
And they got the order wrong.
did you also see those videos that came out like a year ago of like kung fu masters getting their asses handed to them all across China?
I've been watching a lot of that. Yeah.
Oh, man.
They don't want to admit that mixed martial arts is better than their traditional
Just admit it.
kung fu.
It's clear. Like, admit it.
It's fucking. They're
I
getting
watched the
fucked
new
up.
Karate
It's
Kid
sad.
this week.
Especially when you get the old man who believes
That's
he's a
the one
fucking serious
I
master.
just feel so. I'm like, oh, you know what? There's one part of me that's like, yeah, you shouldn't be going. I'm glad you got learned. But the other part of me is like, you're crushing some old man's like idea of
Right,
himself.
right.
Like, you know what I mean? That's like not.
It sucks, but I mean, sometimes reality has to be
It does.
I watched the new Karate Kid this week.
established.
It had
Which
no-
one?
The one with no karate in it.
It was all taekwondo.
Yeah, it was all taekwondo.
I thought it was all kung fu.
I
It
didn't
was all
watch
kung
it.
fu,
Yeah.
yeah. It felt like all the B outtakes that they had for the first one that they didn't use, they all shoved into here, kind of.
Have you been watching Cobra Kai?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Isn't it good?
I'll just.
It's fucking amazing.
It's fun, but it can get like a little bit.
It's
too-
corny.
It's for
It's-
it's
yeah.
for a different generation, but not
Teenagers?
like
Yeah, it's got the teenager stuff in it for sure, but the stuff
Like Stranger
with
Things
fucking-
kind of is.
Johnny is just so fun. Watching like
Yeah.
Johnny's character try to navigate this world is like very like I don't know. It feels really
Sweep the leg,
familiar.
Johnny.
Like it's like I'm like
Yeah, that's like if you didn't have a fucking filter on half the time, you'd be Johnny. And walking around today, you would be. If you weren't nice and had your filter
Oh, I
fucking,
know.
you'd be like, shut the fuck
Like,
up, kid.
pussy.
He's the same character that he was in the.
Oh yeah.
It's like toughen up, man.
Yeah, but he's he's been beat down by life.
Is he bald now?
No, he actually still has his head
He's older than us. How's he have hair?
because some people keep it.
Yeah, look, he's doing fine.
So fucking wig.
It's not- It is
Just-
not a
just
wig.
fucking cat on his head.
Yeah.
What's wrong? Whenever I see him.
I have a new hairstyle every time.
So fucking yeah. Cobra Kai's great. You
It
should
is.
check it out.
It's fun. It's fun, definitely.
Cobra Kai.
Yep. I would be willing to say they could make a new Karate Kid movie now because the fan base is so big.
Really?
Yeah, they could
Mhm.
probably make a new one
With the old characters. With the old characters.
and just a completely like new story.
Mhm.
No like goofy rehashes or any kind of just a new story. That's all I want out of any of this like the media like Hollywood is
They're
really-
fucked, dude.
No, I
Hollywood's
know.
fucked.
I know. I
Yeah,
just
oh, yeah.
want like just write a new friggin' like movie. Don't recast a movie with like diversity. Write a new movie with diversity.
Yeah. Start
Please.
a new character.
Don't hijack.
Make a character that's interesting.
It's Hamlet, but everybody's
Don't stop. Well, that's like different, like because
but
Shakespeare
everybody's Chinese.
has become, that kind of standard.
Well, that's what we're talking about when we're talking about Mad Max Fury Road. It's like you wrote Furiosa, a character that I'm fucking down with. And she is powerful and she's a woman. It's like, don't do what all these other people are doing. It's like that would have been Mad Max was a girl.
Yeah.
That's what they would have
Mad
done.
Maxine.
Yeah, exactly.
They call it that. That's because they're lazy about it.
Mhm.
They'll call it that, and then they'll
It's a
throw
Downfall
it. and it's a-
remake. All right, Downfall remake. Except Hitler's black in this one.
Shut the fuck up.
It's played by a black man.
Africa Corpse.
Okay, so we Black Hitler.
Black
So
Hitler. Yeah.
This week's show brought to you by.
Brought to you by Black Hitler.
Maybe we'll make that one.
Yeah,
next.
that'd be funny.
How come you never see that? How come nobody ever cast? Like Inglourious Bastards. That was a white guy.
Yeah, why didn't it? Hey, dude, you're really treading on some gold right
Gold
now.
right now, right? Black Hitler. Yeah.
Why can't? Well, yeah, if you want diversity, you want to.
I don't know why, but I'm seeing like blaxploitation 70s. Like it reminds me of that.
Yeah.
Like Black Samson.
Right.
Black, and they would do like these black, and they were just.
Yeah, it
I
could be good.
love blaxploitation movies. I was just watching Coffee the other day.
I imagine
I
Jesse
don't like-
Smollett playing Hitler.
Ugh.
Ooh, now you're really getting deep into
No,
it.
I think Don Lemon would make a better one.
That'd be good too.
Don used to be a pretty good reporter, and then he
Right?
just he shit the fucking bed.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Like, and all of a sudden
He just sold the fuck out.
Remember when he was
Yeah.
giving Biden all that credit for when gas fell for 4 cents before it rose really high? It was hot. It was rising, but then it fell for 4 cents, and he was going on about how
You're gonna
great
save a
Bi-
couple
Yeah.
dollars or a couple cents on a hot dog for
yeah,
Thanksgiving.
and Biden.
I don't want to. See,
Biden
that's
was
the thing.
responsible for it.
I don't want to.
Then you fast forward a couple weeks, and he's not responsible for the gas prices
Yeah.
anymore.
I don't want to hear he's a person of privilege. I'm sorry to say
Who,
it.
Don Lemon?
Yeah,
He's fucking rich.
Exactly.
TV, famous.
telling me to I'm gonna
Did you
save
hear
a
he
couple
was-
cents on a hot dog. Like really? That's just like Pat. Like come on, bro. Like do you want your Marie Antoinette moment?
He
Like
does.
is that what
Let
you
them
want?
eat hot dogs.
Yeah, let them eat hot dogs and drive Teslas. Like
As long as he doesn't buy Twitter.
Did you
with the
hear
money.
he's getting sued by somebody for like sexual harassment?
Who, Don Lemon?
Yeah.
Good. 'Cause
Gropey
he's creepy.
McGroperson.
He supposedly like wiped his crotch or something, did something. I don't know. I have to look back, but then stuck his hand into the dude's nose.
Why?
Stuck his hand down his pants and then put it in the dude's nose.
That's weird.
That's like
I don't know. I know maybe the crotch didn't go down the pants, but I know it went in the nose. The hand went in the nose.
yeah. There's like
Did he get hit?
I won't name any names, but I can think of some people that we know that have like gone extreme, try to be look at me funny that would do something gross like that.
Right,
too.
but this is like hick
Like-
stuff. These are hick
Yeah,
stuff.
these
This
are
ain't-
he's like you're
this
talking
ain't-
about trailer park hick people here. We're talking about
You're not talking about your CNN anchor.
Mr. Prim and proper Don Lemon.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
He's the
grimy.
worst.
That's that's grime time. But hey,
You've seen him get drunk on New Year's and he just becomes a sloppy mess. Have you seen those?
no, I won't watch
They
that.
cut him off. Yeah.
Do they really? Like he gets hammered?
Yeah.
I've seen it. Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
fucked.
good. Hey, you gotta let loose. You know, when your
He's
job,
doing it.
when you're unfireable, have a great time.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
So how about CNN releasing a streaming service and that's behind a paywall?
Right, and then
They spent $400 million on this thing, okay? And here's like everybody's making fun of them. It's like what fucking geniuses said, let's put something that nobody wants to watch behind a paywall. So they fucking spent $400 million on this streaming service, and they're getting only 10,000 views a day.
That's true.
That is bad. Wow.
There's
That's
people
like that's
man.
That's just how much money they have.
Right.
Oh,
They can just throw it out the fucking window like that.
They can give it an experimental shot, and now it's a failure, and they're gonna eat it and move on.
Right.
10,000 views on something you put $400 million into, especially when it's CNN, who's like got
that's
you're
not getting a return on
millions of
investment.
viewers.
You got dudes in their kitchen making videos getting more views than that.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah, Mark Dice.
Yeah. Okay.
Mark Dice. I mean, or Jimmy. I mean, you got the list goes on. You got fucking Jimmy Dore. You got fucking.
Sure.
You got Tim Pool. You got fucking.
Jesse Peterson gets more views than that.
Yeah.
Like like there's.
And these people are just sitting in their garage, fucking.
Right.
There ain't no.
Yeah, he's actually has a show. He was on the radio for a long time, but he was a personality.
Yeah, I'm just talking about people that just
Yeah, you're
started
right.
some shit in their garage and are just like, yeah, we got more views than fucking the news.
Yeah.
It's because their fucking news is spitting out
Look
just dumb shit.
PewDiePie.
I mean, that's like, when you
Pewds is the king.
when Biden first got into the White House, if you looked at like the releases of the videos and checked out when they used to show down likes,
Mm-hmm. Dislikes, yeah.
it was like 10 to 1 down likes for the every single video.
Yeah, it's telling to me. That's telling.
That also can be, you do get foreign actors on there that
you could get bots.
that bomb it in droves.
But if you look at it when Trump was, they would have done it too.
They would have done it to him too, or not, depending on what they're trying to do. If who knows? I just assume that foreign powers are in every country all the time,
Well,
acting
it's
against.
what we do.
Yeah, it's just the way life is.
They're not in every country. North Korea.
No, I know.
All right.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Any open society.
Yes, any open society. I mean, we have, China's not an open society, but
No, they're
there's
not.
plenty of espionage going on there at all times, and
it's easy enough to get
disinformation
into, but
and,
you're followed the whole time.
you're far. Yep.
You got a handler the whole time. I was just watching somebody who said that they were getting harassed for doing food reviews in China, and they were wondering what they were uploading and when they were uploading it, and following the guy around the whole time and not letting him take video of certain sections of the city.
Yeah,
and,
where Uyghurs live or anything. They try to keep you, like what I heard, that they try to keep you away from where minority groups live, because of how poorly they're treated. They don't want you to see how poorly they're treated, so they
sounds about right.
Curate your journey.
Experience.
Yes. Like they're around there. I've seen them in the background of videos.
Right.
Like you could see the same guys like coming.
They did that during the Olympics. I guess there was some of that going on with reporters. The reporters were like going to go do something. They're like, no, you can't go there. You got to go over here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You're not free to travel there.
Mm-hmm.
And like every foreigner that lives there, if you leave your district and go to another one, you have to register with that police station as soon as you do.
It's so weird.
Everywhere, so they know where you are at all times. That's why he was like, that one dude was saying how he broke the law. That was one of the ways he broke the law a lot over there, was because he just didn't. Like you go visit his friend's house for dinner in another section, and like you could really get in trouble for that. For not registering. He's supposed to go to the police station, register, then say you can only stay over their house. Like even if you wanted to sleep over your girlfriend's house and she lives in another,
you got to get a hall pass.
You got to get a hall pass. They got to know where you are. And he said they busted into his room they usually do it between the hours of 11 and 2 at night because they know you'll be there, and they bust in they get swatted. And they come and they gut your shit and they look through and they try to find. They just basically just keeping the pressure on.
Yeah, so you're not fucking. Yeah, don't step out of line.
Yeah.
How about Solomon Islands, huh? Reconsidering now their deal with China.
No way, really?
That's what I heard. Yeah. It's like a paper deal. It's not written in stone.
Handshake, spit.
I know Australia threw them some serious shade, like over the last 2 weeks.
We did too, I think.
Yeah, I know. Then once we did, that's when it changed. They changed their tune, I think.
Because that's like, to get to Australia, that's a shipping lane right through the Solomon Islands.
And China said they were going to build a military base there.
Right.
They'd protect them. It was going to be like a protection defensive pact.
Right. But it's just cuts links between us and New Zealand and Australia.
Yep.
Bastards. Should have never gave it back.
Some bitch.
Should have stayed.
Should have
stayed at the Solomons.
Junior, you some bitch.
Exactly. You some bitch. I love that shit.
Smokey and the Bandit.
Yep.
Classic.
Jackie Gleason.
So good.
Good
so
stuff. Good stuff.
All right. So what must we forget this week?
What are we gonna forget this week?
They want us to forget something. Something happened. They don't want us to remember. They're trying to get us to forget already about the New York shooter.
Yeah, that's one thing they're trying to forget, that he was a black supremacist, right?
Yeah. They don't want that in the news.
He was talking about killing white people long before that's on the internet for no problem. He was on an FBI watch list to 2019.
Till 2019, yeah, and then they for some reason just stopped watching him.
What else we got? We got the Michigan kidnappers getting off, huh?
Yeah, Governor Whitmer's FBI friggin' hoopla was basically just set up a bunch of dumb hicks.
Yeah,
right.
Because I didn't follow that story at all, and all I saw this week was that I saw that they were going to court.
Getting off, yeah.
I saw they got acquitted, and I was like, it was like, why, and then you told
it's similar to a Jussie Smollett, I would say, incident where the news was just reporting what they wanted to report,
right? Just
and they didn't give a
report.
fuck about any of the facts.
No.
Oh man, it's like,
I mean, they did that with the Hunter Biden laptop.
But how do you
Jussie Smollett, January 6th?
How do you police this?
You stop watching the news. That's what you
that's
do.
what I was going to say when you said what should we forget. I was going to tell you, because I'll tell you what I'm going to forget is I am like, I wanted to pay attention a little bit more before it came on so I could talk about stuff, but I'm done. I'm deleting all news shit off my phone. I'm saying this now. I'm done.
It's not good for you.
No, it's a direct source of anxiety and unhappiness, and it's like, there was a time I remember Barney telling me about he knows a lot of extraterrestrial theories and stuff that goes around, and I remember you telling me about that one dude who told you that he believes that the aliens are from another dimension and they feed on your negative energy.
Yes.
And I've heard that throughout, there's other tales of that throughout history.
Catholicism.
This.
Demons,
These are the demons that run this crap.
And right now they're just going.
They do, because if it's essentially it is, if it's outrage culture that funds this stuff, and it's anger and pain that sells, that gets people in your
emotional,
and it causes anxiety. It gets everybody down and depressed.
Kills your critical thinking skills.
These fuckers are feeding on it.
Yes,
psychic vampires.
David Icke.
Let the butt hurt flow through you.
I know. Who's the emperor here? Where is he?
Dude, I said it to a few other people, but this was one of the funniest things I saw. I probably said it last week on the show. Maybe you heard me say it, but it was the Will Smith, Jada Pinkett thing with the meme. She's sitting in the background with the emperor hood. and Will walks up to Chris Rock and she goes, "Do it." Do it.
Unlimited power. Oh.
But yeah, somebody's the emperor, fucking feeding us negative vibes for sure.
Well, it's just getting everybody to be confused. You can't trust anything, so that keeps you anxious.
Right.
And everything's just, God, I couldn't imagine. Just for example, the war in Ukraine. You can
accept that
stuff
it's
you
for
see.
what. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Could you imagine if this was around during World War II?
Oh God.
Could you imagine? This is what morale would have been like in these countries? Like, with people, like,
yeah.
would it have even gone on? Would it have even continued? Who the hell knows?
Who knows?
But like back then, like it was curated military footage over a long period of time that got sent home and compiled into. You know, you might see something once every 3 or 4 months in the movie theater, because that's where like
that's where you saw these reports.
That's where you saw them, right?
But like this shit, man, it's like updates. We could find out. I mean, I could
Constant barrage.
You could find out the name of a Russian soldier and
Right.
follow his death. It's like it's like
the phone calls he made home.
phone calls to his mom. You're hearing about this stuff.
Right.
I mean, this is bad for people's heads, man. I mean, at one sense, you want to know what's going on, of course, because
control. You must learn control.
Remember when that plane got shot down over Ukraine?
Yeah,
a couple years ago.
And whose fault it was, and what actually they traced it back to a Russian Su-400 anti-aircraft
Used by the Ukraine, though.
Used by the Ukrainians.
It was a Soviet, yeah.
Remember when Don Lemon wondered if that plane disappeared into a black hole?
Did he even say that?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
How does this guy have a job? He's unfireable, I'm telling you.
That's like when they were at that
Whoa.
misinformation and media conference or whatever, and the one kid asked Brian Stelter what they could do to be more bring back integrity into journalism, and he was talking about all these.
Well, he said it seems like it only flows in one direction.
Right, it only flows in one direction, and then Seltzer replies with, "Well, that's a right-wing talking point, you know." No, dude, it's not a right-wing talking point.
But just because it is doesn't mean it's inherently like it's immediately wrong.
Right.
Like that's just the problem with this. Like
I did see a little break in the armor, chink in the armor, on Bill Maher's show whatever it was, yesterday maybe, or was it last week? I don't know.
He was on Rogan recently.
But yeah, that was pretty good, some of that. But he had a right-wing dude on that he respected, and it was like, he's like, I love all your work is phenomenal, and he's like, and I know you voted for the other guy, but I don't have to hate you because you did that. I'm like, holy shit, somebody just said it on TV.
Yeah. He's like over it. He's over it.
Right.
He's
Mars
over it. Yeah, Mars over it. He's like,
yeah. The woke just got to him.
Well, for me, for me, I think deep down he wishes it was the 90s still.
I think so too.
I honestly do. I think I even heard him say that. Like, it's a lot of people kind of wish it would. And I hated the fucking 90s.
I hated the 90s. Well, I don't know if I hated it.
Now I'm starting to have, some nostalgia, but like.
I like the 80s.
I like the 80s too.
80s was fun.
Like, I would take the 80s over the 90s.
Oh, yeah. I could be a little kid again.
Yeah, I would go back. I wouldn't even, if I could just be, I'd be 47.
I could drink out of the water hose.
I'd go back to the 80s my age now.
There's no snake poison in the water.
I go listen to the national anthem as the television turns off.
Whitney Houston.
Remember that?
I do, right before the snow, man.
Yeah. 4 in the morning or 3 in the morning.
Yep. Signing off. Like the TV signed off. That's awesome.
Yeah. It was only for a couple hours, but.
I know.
Yeah, till like 4 in the morning or something.
Till like
3 in the morning.
I can't remember, but I just remember MTV would go off at one point.
And then it was time to really go to bed.
Yeah, it's time to go to bed.
I can't watch nothing else. Fuck.
There's nothing else to watch. It's over. Now you just anything you can think of, it's available. Stuff you never even heard of, all available.
Oh yeah, that's the problem. There's too much news too, because now like any bonehead blog gets fucking promoted.
Right.
Like I was saying this morning. I was just like, op-eds, man. Like everybody's opinion gets promoted, like right next to like a real story.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's like you have no choice but to see it. It gets you pissed off, and then you click it. It's like and then this is happening,
and the writing is piss poor. People are getting so bad at spelling. It's like you can read any article. You can go through 10 articles in one day, and it's like 6 of them are gonna have fucking shitty grammar and misspellings.
Sure.
Because they're just pumping it out.
Right.
I was watching because Bill Maher has his own show that's called Club Random, where he has buddies on, and he just gets fucking baked and hammered.
I did see some of that.
The one with Quentin Tarantino was great because I could sit and listen to Quentin Tarantino talk about anything for hours. I just think he's so
over
knowledgeable.
it, right? He's over the woke shit.
But Like Bill, he
would've
had
got
Bella
canceled.
Thorne.
He got canceled.
Yeah, of his, you know,
Use the N word.
that. Yeah.
No, he's beyond reproach. He's not. Didn't get canceled. He's out
There was
there.
people who talked about
They
it.
did talk about it. They can't cancel me. You had people like Samuel L. say that he can say whatever he wants. It's like he's freaking Quentin Tarantino. You can't, But he had Bella Thorne on, right?
I gotta pee.
That that like actress OnlyFans. Like I don't know if whatever.
I'm not too familiar, no, but it
She's
sounds familiar.
like-
I mean,
yeah,
I've heard the name, but I don't know if I know who it is.
Like he
You
had
want me to
her
look
on.
this up?
Yeah, she's young.
Bella.
And listening to her talk was like
Hurt your brain?
Yeah, it did. It did. I mean,
This person?
the age difference between the two of them was too much.
What was she like? What is she, an Instagram person or something?
I think she was a Disney actress,
Okay.
like a Disney product.
Okay, and then she just
she
busted into her own shit.
Maybe, yeah. I'm not sure about her background. I just know that she's like.
Well, see, I have no clue who it is, but I could tell by looking. Yeah, she's probably high maintenance.
But it wasn't even that. It was just, I mean, it wasn't even about what she was talking about, like, so much as how she was saying it. I just couldn't, like, listen to her speak. It's just very broken
Well, a
up.
lot of people's patterns, like in speech now, have become like they're insulting. They have to insult masculinity in men while they're talking, and whether they don't even fucking know they're doing it. It's just like they come to a point where they have to say something about like a man, and they have to like apologize for like talking about men.
Well, here's a word.
Right before they go
Here's
into
a word
it.
you don't hear, and when you do, you get it, like, scoffed at. Misandry.
Misandry.
It's not, the opposite of misogyny.
Misogyny.
Misandry. That's what's out. That's when women wear shirts that say "I get drunk on male tears" and it's okay. That's misandry.
Well, when you say like if you say toxic femininity, like the people just they act like you.
It exists.
I can't hear that. You didn't say that. That doesn't exist.
Toxic masculinity exists, and so does toxic femininity.
Yeah,
They
you
both
can have
do.
both. Exactly.
Yeah, that's all. You see, this is the thing.
But if you say the one's totally commonly accepted, the other one, what was that? I don't know if I heard that right.
That's why it doesn't feel like people want real equality.
What do you want, a masculinist?
Like, no, I'm saying
I'm a masculinist.
If you wanted like real equality, then you would recognize that your behavior is also
can be the
same way, and just say that it can be the same way. The fact that you say that it can't automatically means you don't want equality. It means you want something else, and I don't know what that is. Whether it's subjugation.
It's weird. It's like we said before last week. I was like the patriarchy is the only. I guess can get women to cancel themselves because they don't care about like transsexuals beating the shit out of them in sports.
My mother was going on about the patriarchy. We got in a disagreement a couple years ago, and I was like, "You teach at an Ivy League school. Maureen owns a house. My cousin Mariah, that's a good job.
Women are doing just fine.
Yeah, I'm like, Michael's the youngest in the family, not me, my cousin. He's the first male in our family to get a college education. What are you talking about? What patriarchy are you talking about? I'm barely struggling on here. Yeah. Look no further than your family to see how far the patriarchy's bashed,
Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Your brother lives in a basement, like.
Yeah, all the women did fine.
All the women did fine.
Yeah. I know, but that could be on a personal thing or whatever.
It's anecdotal.
It is,
but it was our reality nonetheless.
Sure.
Well, that's the other thing. Don't question anybody's. What is it they say? They don't question my
authority.
No, it's like whatever they say, their experience or their life shared.
Their truth,
their reality, their truth. You don't know nothing about my truth.
Yeah,
what the fuck do you know about mine?
You're right, I don't, because we all live in our own reality.
And I don't care.
Well, I don't know if you guys. There was a guy named Padre Pio. He's a saint now. And in the 80s, he said, he saw this. He was worried, concerned about objective truth, so that like you could just kind of have an opinion about what the truth is. And he basically said, no, the truth is the truth. We all don't have a different truth. There's one truth, you know, and it's universal.
Well, that's where this has been twisted into being like don't question my truth. It's like, okay, so you went there. Your brain is broken.
There can only be one truth, because that's the truth.
I think I just read a quote today from Descartes that said like that: if without the truth, you're nothing.
Right.
If you lie, lying means you're nothing. Like there's only one truth, and you have the choice to lie about that truth. Then you are nothing.
Right.
It's like
well, that's why when we talk about like culture being shot, that goes back to that. Yeah, the lie of looking like you have a good life versus having one. Everybody's doing it now. It's like here's a picture of me eating that fucking.
Well, we saw that. I saw that. I can remember, man. Like back when I used to be on Facebook, which was eons ago. Like when I was really on there, like 10, 15 years ago.
Right.
I saw it like this. Like that's what it was becoming. That's what made me leave. It was like it just makes you feel bad. It's because why would it make you feel good? It's not real.
Right.
Well, yeah.
and it's virtue signaling. It's portraying. It's like keeping face. It's like showing something that's not like the truth.
For
like,
Sanctimonious American man, what are you talking about virtue signaling?
Exactly. Yeah, and that's why I called myself out on this show earlier. I was like, we are participating in the outrage.
I'm a saint.
But I don't know.
We're also participating in talking about rad shit. Like cool fucking movies and writing music. That's what I was sitting here just talking with you guys. How many other people are sitting around with their friends, unless they're like really like fucking, you know, most people, I guess like it's lucky to have a group of friends you can talk about writing songs with.
Sure.
And most other people don't have that, you know.
Dude, I talk about how lucky I am that I'm still friends with you guys after all these years. Like, because people our age don't really hang with the same bros that they fucking hung out with in high school. Like, still like
shy.
that. They don't see them. I see, I see Jack like once a week. I see him a couple times a week. You, I don't see enough because
I got to like 14, 15,
yes.
and
I mean, I talk to Jay on the phone all the time. Like, it's just like
I was done with socializing after that.
What's that?
I got to like 15 and said, I'm done socializing.
I don't have any room in my life for new friends.
New friends.
No, that's not. I mean, I've had plenty that have come and gone, but like, there's just been like a group like of dudes that I always make sure, to
keep contact.
Yeah, and it's very rare. It's precious, actually.
Well, that's where all these other shot people don't have that because they're fucking shot on the internet trying to be like, I'm fucking cool, and you're really not. You're just an asshole.
Shot. Shot. Everybody's so fucking shot.
Okay, so who's
Corn
towing?
Pop was the bad dude.
Well, Corn Pop was a bad dude. I was gonna say who's towing the line this week?
Just towing the line. Let me think about it.
Kids grabbed my hair on my leg and they rubbed my leg and they stood up and I liked it.
Saudi princes are towing the line.
Oh yeah, I think you might have hit the nail on the head.
They're staring up for shit they don't even believe in just because it's bad for us.
Yep. They want to keep that Twitter out of fucking out of the realm of free speech.
The fact that any American company would sell to a Saudi prince is disgusting to me in the first place.
It's John Cena level.
It's
disgusting.
just like
they're paying us to protect Saudi Arabia.
I know.
They're a military ally.
Yeah, I know. But
I was talking
true.
I was talking with Jack and we were discussing how crazy it is that Elon Musk can be wanting to buy Twitter to restore like a fair playing field of free speech in a public square. And what you're hearing on TV and through Twitter and all these lefties is he's trying to suppress free speech.
Right.
That's the fucking what they're running with.
When the president one of the presidents isn't even fucking allowed on Twitter.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
But I just
the college
how can
campus,
that be?
The college
how can
campus,
that be?
Like college campus polls have like a very scary view of free speech. Like it's like
indoctrination.
They want it gone.
Well, not all of them, but a larger percentage than it used to
You
be.
know who I blame for all this? Teletubbies.
Still blaming Teletubbies?
that baby son up in
yeah. They grew up fucking in Teletubby land. There ain't no free speech there.
You gotta listen to what the baby says. The baby son.
Who else is towing the line?
Towing the line? I don't know. I think you got it.
Sergei Lavrov.
Who's that?
The Russian defense minister. He's towing the line. You know?
Russia's underneath no threat.
I know. I just feel bad for Russia and the the Russian people.
Yeah, same for Chinese people. You gotta feel fucking bad for them, you know?
Absolutely. These aren't, shots against those people. It's just shots against their governments that are just like completely corrupted. Like ours, it's like calling the kettle black.
Yeah.
You know,
Ours is
thing,
fucked too.
It's the Chinese government, and the people too. But the Chinese government that I don't like.
the people too.
That I don't like, and
yeah, it's just like once again.
I had a Chinese roommate years ago, and she was rich, and she would go on about how bad they were going to beat America. This is in the 90s. And I said, you know what you don't understand? We'll poison the whole world from here. You can't stop us from nuking D.C. You'll never rule. Everyone will die.
Yeah, I know. It's sad.
How spiteful we are.
How spiteful we are. We're not going to let you take control. No fucking way. We'll destroy it for everybody.
Yep.
Those are your options.
I think that is probably true. It's like, well, if we can't have it, then nobody can.
That's like, what was it, Dr.
It's fucked up.
Strangelove, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The Russians had a
doomsday device.
Doomsday device. If they lost, it still went off. Yeah. So, I mean, that's the same line of thinking, right? And I think that back then we thought like, oh, this is, a funny story. But I think that was actually how these people think. They're psychopaths.
Well, that's why Kubrick made that movie. Kubrick's not one to make a comedy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like that was the message. It was like these fucked up people exist.
They're running the country.
They're the ones running the shit.
Yeah. The inmates are running the asylum.
The water.
Snake venom.
Put
in
it
the
in the
water.
water.
Snake fucking venom in the water.
I heard that they're having water supplies at what is it? Minute City Air Force Base, and what is that? Minute. Is that Montana? Is that Nebraska?
I don't know where that is.
Dakota.
Never heard of that place.
I think it's Minute, Montana. Yeah.
What are they doing?
They're having water issues of getting water to this Air Force base that's just outside the city in Montana. I think it is. It might be in North Dakota, but
it's got to be on that side of Montana if it's dry.
it's on the western part of Montana, right?
That's where the Rockies are.
Yeah, it's closer to the mountains. If I remember, it was in whatever state it was in the western part of the state. Yeah, I'll look it up.
No, then it wouldn't be close to Nebraska then. Right?
No, it wouldn't be close.
Well, you were on our first 3-hour cast.
Dude,
No, that's
where'd
great.
the time go?
Doesn't it go fast?
Yeah, where'd it go?
Goes pretty fast. It's fun. It's fun doing
it. It is. I like just talking with my friends. It's best
And it's
part.
also cool to get it down on, for posterity. We'd be fucking like 80 years old, be able to come back and watch.
Like that's what I looked like when I was 40.
But not. Why not? It's in Ward County, North Dakota.
It's pronounced Minot.
Maybe it's Minot. You would think that would be, right?
Yeah.
Like the mini rifle, the mini ball.
You gonna put your brain in a computer if you can?
No.
No?
No, I'm gonna die like I'm
Normal
supposed
human.
to. Yeah, I'm like.
Yeah.
This antenna that formed here, that just like receives the
You're gonna
consciousness field. It's gonna go right back in.
You're not gonna get Neuralink.
No, especially after I saw what happened to those poor monkeys.
What happened to the monkeys?
They were in agonizing pain, and like they died really violently. It didn't work out.
The first group.
Yeah, I remember hearing the first tests were.
Well, it was just recent, right? It was recent. That's because I think they had them controlling the computer screens and stuff.
So they might have made some inroads, but
yeah,
I'm leery. I don't know. I'm an old-fashioned guy.
It's
like
hard.
that.
I'm like in the middle. Jack, I don't think is going to do it. Maybe no, I don't think so.
Well, there's because if you do, you got to go all the way.
You're going all the way. Exactly.
You know,
that's
I know.
It. You
Oh,
can't.
that's like
you
that,
ain't just what?
What's that special that they're shooting around here? It's like an HBO special or something.
I don't know.
Where
I've seen them.
These people work at a place and they can't remember anything that happens with their work.
That's Severance, and that's on Apple Plus. Yeah, Amanda watched that. Ben Stiller directed that show.
Yes.
That show looks really good. It's
filmed
design
here.
ethos and stuff it's it's aesthetic. It's really nice. It's an interesting show. It is. That's a whole concept of not remember. It's very weird. Yeah, there's some good actors in it too.
But maybe you could erase memories with that. But I'm not anything. Who the fuck says what's going to happen with Neuralink? I do know though that it's that thing. You're going to have to do it all the way or not. You're going to be part of the new
if the technology
proto-human.
Well, here's the thing. If the technology was say did you watch Altered Carbon at all?
A little bit.
I thought that was a really good show too, where they take
the chips,
your soul, virtually your consciousness essence on a chip, and you can put it in different bodies.
Right.
That kind of thing might jump on board of that, that's cool.
I'm just saying that stuff's around the corner. 20 years, 30 years.
We're gonna be old men by the time the good.
That's why I said we're gonna be old men.
Happening.
We're gonna be old men, and you could be like in Neuromancer Construct, fucking on the web for the rest of your life or whatever, eternity.
Like Dr. Barrett, Zemo from
Head in a Jar.
What was that in the Iron Man movie or Captain America?
Oh yeah.
He's in the computer.
Yes.
It's like Sith hologram.
Yeah.
Holocron.
Kind of.
But that stuff's it's around the corner, and it's scary as fuck. No, I probably will just eat the mushrooms and die in the woods.
Yeah, we're gonna die in the woods.
I mean, I know I'm never gonna be is this future world is
it's
upon
just
us.
the Neuromancer shit's right around the corner.
I know it is, and I'm never gonna let go of who I like. I'm more attached to the earthly part of myself, that.
I remember being a young kid, and that was all me and Jack will talk about that a lot. We're like, I can't wait. Put chips in my ears,
cybernetic arms. Totally. I know. There's no one will be able to kick my ass.
Cyberpunk, man. Fuck. I'm gonna be fucking cyberpunk.
8 o'clock.
Okay, I think we're wrapping it up.
Wrap her up. Yeah.
Anything else?
Nah.
Chris.
No.
Well, it's nice having you here as a guest. Maybe you'll be back soon.
Hopefully you'll come back soon, yeah.
Yeah, totally. Fuck China.
Thanks, everybody, for watching.
Thanks for watching, everyone. And we'll see you next week. Wherever you go, there you are. Remember.
that old chestnut.
Get into the logo loop.